Sound check 1 2.
How about now? Do we have sound now? Is there sound? Give me a thumbs up if you guys hear me. All right, turn it down. Can you guys hear me? Thumbs up. Thumbs up, Jesse.
Thumbs up.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. All right, I'm glad that you guys didn't hear that. I said Happy Thanksgiving. We are on the eve of Thanksgiving, like a jack wagon, because I got I got people in here. Um, happy. I almost did it again. I almost did it again. Happy Halloween, everybody. I know it's tomorrow, but I'll be busy tomorrow. We got a Thursday night football game here. But let's be honest. Are we really going to be paying attention? I'll have the scoreboard on there. Who really cares, right? You figure it's Baltimore at Miami, but more importantly, the annual Halloween show, right? So as of right now, we got Loyal Cowboy, we got Jesse, we got Bobby Schmurder, who's going to start out the show. We got Wade still working, it looks like, and we got Hallie Pierce. But welcome, everybody. We're going to tell some stories, have some fun. We're going to have some trivia, some horror movie trivia in a little bit, maybe around halftime, and it'll be fun. It'll be real fun. But Bobby, what's going on, brother?
What's up,
Happy
Bobby?
to be here. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
If you feel more comfortable, Bobby, taking off your mask now, you can. If you want to tell the story, but
Yeah.
Tell the story, Bobby.
what's up, Randy? How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, we hear you. You sound. I have that too. But anyway, Bobby, what's going on, brother? You're gonna start us off tonight. I'm sorry, there's a lot of noise going on here. My dog's freaking out. Bobby, give me your first story. I have some pictures to go along with what you're talking about, but your first story, brother.
Okay, this was back in about 2018. I was traveling up to Portland. I live in Oregon, of course, and I go up there because there's multiple concerts, at the Rose Garden, and I was going to a Pink concert, and I ventured off. I usually stay a couple days before I go to the show because I like to snoop around the city and check everything out. And this whole time I've lived here since 2000, I try to hit everything I can, So I'm trying to see. You get one life, so you try to see everything you can, especially in your home state. So just a little backstory. Uh, I used to be in the witchery and cast spells and black magic and so forth.
Oh, really?
So I'm not really scared of much, I used to spend a lot of time in graveyards and such. Um, so I'm always on the lookout for things, but I'm not looking at the same time, if that makes sense. I'm like trying to find aliens, Bigfoot, ghosts. I've always had an obsession with those sorts of things. I mean, it all started when I was in second grade. My first memory of the old desks that flip up.
Oh,
And
yeah.
sure enough, there was a Kiss sticker of all the guys on there, and I knew right there I was in the Kiss Army. Shout out to Ace Frehley.
Yeah, really.
So that from there on out, I became a drummer and loving rock and roll and the dark side, So anyway, we drive up there and we go to a restaurant. I'm always trying to get good food because it's tough to find out here because I used to live in Philly and I'm used to all the good stuff, the Amish pies and cheesecakes.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously the cheesesteaks and calzones and any Italian restaurant you go out there, you're finding good food. So I ask the locals a lot when I'm in Portland. I'm say, hey, where's the good places to go? I need some pizza tonight. And this one guy says, hey, go to Old Town Pizza. They have the best pizza in the world. I said, okay, I'll check it out. So I didn't really know any history about this place. So we go in there, and it's an old brick building, you know. We order food, and we go all the way back to the back because you have to order first. It's kind of weird. You check in, you order at the front, and then you pick your seat. There's
Hold
no
that
host.
thought, Bobby. Hold that thought real quick. Linda Conyers with the super chat. Thank you, Linda. I'm dressing up as the Dallas Cowboys defense this year. Scariest thing I could think of. We get
Get
it.
off.
Thank
You're
you,
hurting me.
Linda. Thank you so much. Anyway, sorry, Bobby.
Yeah, no sweat. So we go pick our seats, and it's just random. We go to the back and sit down and order the food, and we start eating, and we're taking pictures along the way because I like to take pictures of everything, you know, like old times. You go to people's houses and they have all those old Polaroids in their big binders, you know. I love that stuff. We don't have that anymore. Everything's digital now. But in the pictures, I didn't really notice at the time. But Brian has a couple.
Yeah, I'm going to show you. I don't know if I'm going to go picture by picture, everybody. This is the first image that we're going to share here. Right here. This is a picture of a mirror, it looks like, Bobby.
Yes, so the mirror, I just take pictures of mirrors to see what I can capture in them. Like I said, I'm always on witch hunts and stuff, you know. And in the mirror, I'm standing right in front of it, okay? This is the hallway. And I come to find out later on that this whole room right here, this is the walkway into the room. This is an old elevator shaft. And it's an old motel. And they turned it into Old Town Pizza in 1974. But it's an old motel, and it's still built in the original Portland from the cast iron days before the floods and fires. They rebuilt the whole city in 1930. So this building is still standing.
I think
there.
I have another one. There you got the. Oh, that's your daughter.
Well, this mirror, by the way, real quick, I'm just giving a little backstory to the establishment. So I'm standing in front of this mirror, okay? I think you might have a close-up one of the mirror as well.
Yeah, I did. Let me see. Here we go. I could blow it up for you. There you go.
Well,
Old Town Pizza and Brewing.
So I'm standing in front of this mirror. I don't have my flash on my phone. And there's lights in the mirror, which could be behind me, but there's also no picture of me in the mirror, which was very strange. I'm like, okay, where am I? So that kind of threw me off, like going through the pictures after your trip, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm like, where are these lights coming from, and where am I? And I had no flash, so
yeah,
as you can kind of boarded up the back. That looked like a back door there too, but that place is it's like the first hydraulic elevator on the West Coast. But and the story goes, there's another picture if you want to show my daughter again. I don't really like showing her online, but anyway.
This is the one where she's sitting down. As soon as I can get it.
I'm like, oh, let's just take a couple pictures. That red light in that photo right there, that's probably projected from that lamp. As you can see, it's red and yellow there. So I can understand that reflection. But I'm not there. So I take a picture of her on this couch, and I'm like, whoa, her eyes look kind of funny. And then if you got the zoomed one.
Yeah, look at the eyes.
They're not red, they're yellow, which I haven't really seen in too many photos along my lifetime, you know. Because you get the red eye effect, you know, from flash and such. And the story
Yeah, look
goes,
at that.
yeah, it's like cat's eyes or something. So the story goes that in this old motel that there's a girl named Nina, and she was sold from the prostitution,
Mm.
sold from the slavery market, and she sided with some missionaries that were staying there. And in exchange for the secrets of the prostitution, they pushed her down the elevator.
Wow.
We just happened to pick that room. It was random. So the moral of the story here is I'm eating my pizza and I don't get freaked out by nothing.
No,
I
what's
got
this
nervous.
one, Bobby? The one I'm looking at with the other mirror. Is that the same mirror just zoomed in, right?
Yeah, you know what's funny about the zoomed in mirror one? I was looking at it the other day, and there's like a skull in the bottom right hand corner of it that I never really noticed before.
Right here. Yeah, I see
In
it.
the bottom right?
Yeah, I see it. Right there.
Yeah, there's like a skull there. I'm like, where the hell did that come from?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, we always talked about just weird things happen around water or limestone. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the hotel where they filmed The Shining. What's that? Do you guys remember?
The Stanley.
Yeah, the Stanley Hotel. The backdrop of the Stanley Hotel is in mountains, right, Hallie? And I believe they're all limestone. Don't ask me
Yes.
exactly why, but it really, they say that limestone has a way of saving clips of time, if that makes any sense. You could walk down like tunnels that are made of limestone, and sometimes if there's running water, you could hear scenes from something that happened 50, 70, 100 years ago going right through there. You see a lot of that through Gettysburg, around where Mark is. Obviously where, let me just make sure. Hopefully that's Momo. Yeah, it's Momo. I didn't put it out there, so I don't want to see any nasty stuff. But yeah, so it's just very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Well, there's more to the story, Brian. If you
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. And then we'll get to somebody else.
So I'm eating my pizza, and it felt like halfway through the dinner, like something was crushing me. I don't know if you've ever had an anxiety attack before, and it feels like you want to get out of your body, your skin. You just want to break free. That's what, and it felt like someone was right here over my shoulder, like looking at me, wanting to eat my pizza. I'm like, holy crap, I got to get out of this place. And I was like, guys, I got to go. You can stay. I got to get the hell out of this place. And I've never got freaked out before by anything. And I literally left and I didn't even care. I was like, whatever, I'm out of here. And the funny thing is, with this elevator story, my daughter didn't know what was going on at the time, and she still doesn't know. I really never told her this story. She is still scared to death of elevators and will not ride in them.
Really?
Yeah, strangest thing.
It's crazy. My Jimbo, I think he's in here, but if not, I'll get to the chat shortly. Mouse, thanks, brother. I appreciate you, my man. Again, I live, I'm sure every town has it, but Mays Landing, New Jersey, you know where Mays Landing is, right, Bobby?
Oh, yeah.
Mays Landing is about 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes from me. I'm like 20 minutes closer to Philly, so you kind of have an idea of where I'm at. Mays Landing, they have my neighbor growing up in a current town where I live. They had moved away, but they moved to Mays Landing to an old house. I had no idea. And then as a kid, I was young. I was around 8, 9, 10, like in that area. We would go there for Christmas Eve every year. And I told the story the other night, but I had no idea at the time until I look back. that it's the most haunted, and I could recount some stories, but it's the most haunted house in Mays Landing. It's called the Abbott. It's called the Abbott House. Oh God, look who that is. Primetime Phil is in the house. That's what he's wearing to Vegas, everybody. Is that Mr. Potato Head? I'm not gonna lie to you. It kind of it kind of resembles Phil. It kind of resembles Phil a little bit.
What up, guys?
What's up, Phil? Phil's obviously going out trick or treating, or maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta. We always have a huge thing in our neighborhood. So
Yeah, I know. Phil was texting me when we doing the show. I'm like, well, I gotta be at work. I gotta be at work at very early on Saturday. So I gotta.
And you can see, I'm still happy about it.
What's that?
And as you can see the smile on my face, I'm still happy about it.
Yeah. So we're not doing a show on Friday.
It looks like you with a few shots.
So,
You should say, "Oh, you hockey puck."
I got those. I got a glazed look in my eye.
Oscar Perini says, "Momo, put a damn mask on." What's up, Momo? How you doing, brother?
Good, I'm good.
Good. So Phil, what do you got going on, brother?
Oh man, I've been busy with work. Very, very busy with work. And so I was trying to figure out when would be a good day. It might end up being Sunday then.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Friday's tough. I don't want to start a Zoom at 10. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring at work. It's been very ugly with all the political mail. I don't, so, we'll see. If you really want to do it, we can get in and out in an hour, so I'm not up too late, but then that's fine. Or we can do it Sunday morning. So you figure, I don't care. We could do it. If you could definitely start by 9:30, quarter to 10. Get out by 11. Then I'm
on
good.
that Friday. On the Friday. Okay.
Yeah, not tomorrow, Friday. If you want to do that, fine. But I just,
okay.
I don't want to be an hour and a half because I got to get up.
No. Let's
I got to wind
Sunday.
down. I got to wind down before I go to bed.
I'm gonna be a 70s for Halloween. I'm gonna be a 70s disco hippie. A party. I got an afro. I got the 70s shirt, the bell bottoms, the pimp shoes.
That's cool. You look like a what do you call it?
But what I was wondering.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
What I was going to say, Bobby, is there's this place I worked at today. As a matter of fact, I've been there all week. It's an assisted living building, but this building, every time I go in there, it gives me the creeps. It's called the Ohio Masonic Home. It has a castle in there that was built in the 1800s. And it has an elevator that's old as hell. I've never seen before. You go downstairs.
Well, you know what the Freemasons were, brother. You know what they did, right? Yeah, anybody want to elaborate? I have a good idea, but Hallie, do you know what the Freemasons?
But they had like the high school pictures of like class of like 1920 and 1930. Oh my God!
Freemasons did like rituals. It was a private society. Early on, the Freemasons were the most powerful people in the world. They would gather in places like you're saying. And do
most cities have Freemason halls still, Mason lodges.
Yeah, Mason lodges, but the original Freemasons. Momo, you got something, brother?
Yes, I'm familiar with the Masons and African Americans because somebody asked me to be a Mason because apparently if you're a Mason, you can get out of traffic tickets, get out of sticky situations because you won't get caught, and if you show, I guess it's, a lot of them wear rings and they notice your ring, oh, you're a Mason. Because remember, the president, the first couple of presidents was Masons. George Washington, George Jefferson. Yes, so they was Masons. So like that. So
and I'm not going to get too negative on the Masons. Again, it's cool if you watch. Let me get to a couple of super chats and then let's stop with Masons. But hey, Brian, this is Sandeep. How do I change my name BS to my name? Again, it's something YouTube is doing right now. Like, am I right? Everybody's doing this? Is this Mark's channel the same way? Okay. Yep. So I'm sorry, Sandeep, but there's nothing I can do. I'm going to look into it more, but
it's security. It's a security thing.
It's some kind of security measure that's going on right now. So I apologize, but it has nothing to do with me. Rolo, good evening, game time, and everybody. Rolo, thank you, brother. Good evening. The Freemasons, again, it's cool and all. I'm not here to hammer them. I know they're. I mean, I was asked to be in a Masonic lodge in the town over that I work in, and you know, I thought about it, but you know, I'm just so busy that it's tough. But originally, like Momo said, it started with the world's most powerful. And there's a lot of, it's almost like how they are shaping the world as we know it started with the Freemasons, and it's kind of interesting. But you can go down a rabbit hole with that, like everything
Yeah,
else.
yes. A lot of conspiracy theories behind that.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you're talking about
no.
Freemasons. You're talking about Freemasons. I just passed by the Church of the Freemasons in City Hall.
Yeah, that's
But I just
cool.
wanted to
Yeah.
say too
Most
that I don't
Freemason
know.
halls, you'll know they have no windows. They'll be like boarded up, like not boarded, but they'll be covered. And then they'll have like the symbol, Mason symbol
Obviously,
on the.
way like Freemasons, we could be Masons, right? Freemasons, but the original Freemasons, and there's a certain society, and somebody in the chat could tell me more about it, but it's the most powerful people. Like, I know I've seen videos on YouTube where a group of ex-presidents and stuff all meet at this place out in like California or out in the desert somewhere every year. It's almost like Burning Man, that type of deal, and a lot of crazy stuff, you know, that goes on. They leave their normal life aside for the amount of time that they're there. It's like a lot of crazy stuff. Dirty Sanchez says Momo decided not to be a Mason. He wanted to be a plumber. Instead, he got the plumber's crack to prove it. There you go. Dirty
So
Sanchez
what I was
in
wanting
the
to
house.
say is this not? It's not really a story, but it's more of a fact. I didn't know if you guys are Stephen King. Any of you guys Stephen King
Bohemian
fans?
Club. That's it, CZ. Bang. You nailed
Yep.
it. That's it.
Yep.
You got it,
You
brother.
guys are Stephen King fans. So did you
Yep.
know
I used
that
to be.
all of their movies are linked together somehow?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like I was watching it, it had like the Shawshank Redemption bus in there.
Yeah.
All of them are linked together. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I was invited to join a Mason. So an African American, well, they got what they got the stars something. Anyway, I was invited to look over, and they showed me. A friend of mine showed me how you could join. I said, "Y'all got to do all that? Oh hell no, I ain't doing all that.
Yeah. It's
It's
pretty.
it's a lot of things you got to do. A lot.
Yeah. It's
I'm
it's
on
it's
that.
crazy. Let's put it that way.
That's crazy. They do. They basically it's sort of like when what's that? What's the word I'm looking at? When they basically putting you down, and it's hazing. It's a hazing ritual, basically.
Mm.
I don't need that.
Yeah, we're too old for that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I got
everybody.
another story game time if you want to hear it.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's get to your story, then we'll go around the horn. Again, I do have some trivia that we'll get to in the second half of the game, but yeah, let's let it breathe. I will stop you at times to talk to the chat, but yes, let's go. I go to another story.
Okay.
Okay, so there's another place in Portland. It's called the Piddock Mansion. It was built in 1914. The same architect built the Oakland.
This over there near LeGrand. Which one is this?
It's called the Piddock Mansion.
Is this the one that used to be the hotel?
No, he's famous for the Oregonian, which
okay.
still runs today, the
Here-
newspaper. Anyway, the architect, he built the Oakland Tribune Tower, which Houdini hung
There
from.
you go. Is that it? Look at your phone, brother. Is that it?
Holly.
Yeah, that's it. The Piddock Mansion.
Here
It's
you
got
go.
like 22 rooms in it.
So what about it? I'll leave it up.
So the same architect, he built the Oakland Tribune Tower, which Houdini got out of the straitjacket from and mysteriously died on Halloween, you know. So anyway, the owners only lived in it 4 years. and they passed away. And then there was a groundskeeper that also passed away. So there's only been 3 reported deaths on the property, which isn't a whole lot compared to some asylums and such. So they have tours you can go on in this place. I didn't choose to go on the tour. I just went on my own free will. You can just drive up there and pay a fee and then walk around the grounds and go inside. I checked out the inside. They say you can smell roses upstairs. The furniture moves around, lights stay on and stuff like that. I went to the caretaker's building, the groundskeepers and stuff. And there's a stairway that goes downstairs, and there's rope, the velvet ropes that you can't cross. And so I crossed over. There was nobody there, and there's an old stove in the middle of the room, and I leaned on the stove, and my leg touched it, and my hand. I was like, because I couldn't see around the corner, so I stepped over and looked over to see what was over there. And I was like, hey, babe, check this old stove out. Because I love to cook, and I'm always looking at stoves and stuff. And all of a sudden, my whole left leg and hand caught on fire. I swear, not literally, but, mentally. And I was like, holy crap, I'm on fire. And I jumped back over the rope and ran up the steps.
Yeah, I'm showing pictures of it now as you're talking.
I was on fire for like 5 minutes. I was like, holy crap, something did not want me in there.
Hey,
Bobby.
The groundskeeper, they say like he banged shovels. You can hear that and stuff. I didn't catch any of the other stories, but
I have one with Oregon as well.
They say
Yeah.
it can't hurt you
so
unless it's a poltergeist,
Yeah.
But they definitely can.
He can't
make
hear
you
you.
feel things, and it scared the crap out of me.
Game time.
Yes.
I have a question for you
What's up?
for the panel as well.
Go ahead.
Well, do it, man.
The question is this any legs to this George Pickens possibly trade? Because I don't see if this happens, what's the point in you getting him?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, no. I don't know nothing about a George Pickens trade. It's ESPN stirring up shit.
No. There wasn't ESPN that started this up. It wasn't ESPN. Now you can blame them for a lot of stuff. This is not ESPN that started this.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if they started, they report it. They're quick to report on things, even if they're not true.
If I can,
They can't blame ESPN because they are only on news outlet that's.
But they can make it up in general, Momo. Like you,
Okay, Fox
about
don't make up
ESPN,
nothing.
we're talking
Yeah.
about a Halloween story, and we're talking about George
Hold on,
Pickens.
Yeah, let's go with
Let Bobby
Halloween.
finish
Let's
his
go with
story.
Halloween.
Yep, Bobby finished the story.
So anyway, I booked out of there and got the hell out of there as fast as I could, and never went back to this place. I mean, it's
It
awesome
looks like a cool place, but it does look old. Yeah, looking at all the pictures.
The whole city, they built it on top of the mountain.
Yeah, I'm showing you pictures now, brother. Yeah.
Hey,
I recommend going there, but don't touch anything.
Okay. Phil, go
Anyway,
ahead.
that's my 2 stories. Thanks, guys, for listening, everybody.
No, that's awesome, brother. That's awesome. I'm showing pictures of the mansion now.
when I was over there in LeGrand, and I was playing for Eastern Oregon, there was a famous haunted hotel that they had in there of the Lodge of Hot Lake Springs. I think that's what it was. And that place had a lot of different stories that people would talk about with that one. And obviously as young, adults, you're let's go over onto the property and and all that kind of stuff. And obviously that's cops would roll through those areas as well too. But it had a lot of build. It was on a lot of TV shows as well, with one of those like haunted mansions and haunted hotels and everything with the history. So I don't know if you find that one at all.
What is it called?
It was like the Lodge of Hot Springs or Hot Lake Springs or something like that.
It's on my list, prime time. Thanks for the info. I know you're in Florida now, so.
Yeah, I'm way away from that. They told me to ghost. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go way back over on that side.
Yeah,
I was thinking about this.
There it is, Phil. It looks beautiful. What are you talking about?
What, now it does? Now it does? because they remodeled it. I'm pretty sure somebody bought it out and everything. But the old style was made in 1880.
You know, back in the 17th century, smallpox took a major effect to the indigenous tribes. You know what I mean? And then the Americans came in and they just cut down every tree and bulldozed all burial grounds.
But what do you see
A lot of
here?
this stuff is on indigenous people's burial grounds, and it's affected a lot of these.
Here, I'll send you something.
Like the catacombs, you know?
But like what I was saying earlier, Phil, I don't know if you were in or not, but what I was saying was there's always a water, a body of water for whatever reason that enables the spirits to. I think it's energy. I think what it ultimately is the energy in the water allows these spirits to come forward. They're there. Okay, I'm sorry to tell everybody. They're all around us, but through the water and through the limestone and through lightning storms where there's energy they could pull from, that's why you see these experiences. From what I gather, I'm showing pictures of Hot Lake Springs now, and you see a body of water in front of it, and you see mountains behind it. So, very cool place.
Nation, look at his comment. Game time.
Okay.
What's going on with Miami?
Yeah, I'll put the sorry, let me put this. Who was it? Random Nation, Gettysburg. Yes.
No, he says, isn't all our land pretty much burial ground?
Yeah. Well, that's a good point. Anybody that knows more than I do about that.
That's not bad. That's pretty cool.
You know, I could go on. Yeah. Let's see here.
Jimbo Game Time talked about the Abbott House earlier.
Yeah, once I'll show the Abbott House. Once I'm sharing my screen, but here's some more of the pictures of what Phil's talking about. It's kind of neat. It looks like an old place.
It looked really bad. I mean, the pictures are more modern and stuff. And
yeah.
But if you can see some of the last one I sent out, that one kind of shows some meat. But obviously, any kind of thing can make it look eerie if you're trying to make it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But as you look at that one's actually a review of the place where it's been remodeled and everything like that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Looks like hills from the Teletubbies. That's cool.
Look at that. Yeah. Look at this room. That one's real old. Sorry, I can't see the chat when I'm sharing my screen.
No, I'm looking at the screen as well. Oh, like, okay. Yeah, that's some of the history.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, very neat.
Yeah, it's the older one. It's when everything was broken. You know how when you go into those houses, things are broken and they just have all this like old equipment from like the ward that they had.
Yeah, mineral springs, baths, and natural steam sauna. Yeah, there you go. Again, it's funny that 0-0 so far in the game. If anybody cares, I will put up the.
Oh yeah, there's a football game.
Yeah,
that's scary.
I think everybody should be in it because Tua looks pretty good throwing the football.
Anytime, I have one more quick short story and then I'm done.
Tua's a bum.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm at this place called the Wolf Creek Inn. It's really old. And I had that Ghost app you have on your phone, you know, where it talks to you. I don't know if it's real or not, you know. And so I put it on, and just for fun, I'm like, hey, what's going on? Is there anybody here? And we're ordering lunch, and I just set it down. It's not talking or anything. And then it says water on the screen. It like right before the lady comes out. And she's like, do you guys want anything? You're like, yeah, water. It was like 2 seconds before she came out. So that's the water theory, you know, and it scared me. I was like, holy crap, I can't believe it actually said water. I mean, that's a crazy coincidence, you know.
I'm trying to find one where I could share a lot of pictures of it.
Well, while you're finding that, I have something that happened to me when I was little. Whenever y'all are ready for that
here's
one.
the Abbott House real quick.
Oh.
Yeah, let's check it out.
This is the Abbott house. Again, I was in this house as a young kid. And like I said, we
Like I still owe the Abbots $5.
well, no, they were my neighbors, and then they moved and bought this house. We didn't know what kind of house that they bought, and we went to see them every Christmas Eve. I was a kid, and it was a bunch of old people and me. You know, I was just looking to get home so Santa could come and I could open my gifts. But every year, for I would say it seemed like 5, 6, 7, 8 years, we would go there, and we would have dinner there on Christmas Eve. And there was this one Christmas Eve, and I didn't know. I was a kid. I didn't know all the scary stories that were going on. Yeah, there it is, Mays Landing, New Jersey. It's right where I thought. That's Wheaton's Plastics. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, I didn't know exactly what was going on. Probably somewhere up here on the second floor, I had to go up to the bathroom. There was a bathroom in the kitchen. That's how old the house was. They had a bathroom in the kitchen, then they had a bathroom. There was a bunch of people there.
Right next to the smoke station.
Yeah, right next to the smoke station. And basically, I had to go to the bathroom, and I heard a lot of weird noises up there. And I was a kid. I hurried up and ran downstairs, but they didn't really say in front of me at the time, probably not to scare me, what was going on. But we heard a loud bang coming from the kitchen, and we ran in there, and a bunch of dishes were on. They were on the old school drying rack. You know how you hand wash your dishes and you put them in the plastic rack. They were thrown in the middle of the floor. It wasn't like they just fell off the counter. They were like clear, like across the floor. So
They were offended by your shitty dishes.
well, they weren't my shitty dishes, but yes, yes. So, but this is the Abbott house, and that see these stairs here. That's the stairs that I went up to. I went up and to the left to the bathroom, and I didn't know that. Again, it's a little different looking now. It was an older looking house at the time, but this is it. This is exactly it. That's the kitchen here. This is cool, Jimbo, because I didn't know I could find these pictures.
Love the carpet on the stuff.
This room here is where we all gathered. I still remember the nasty liver pate that they would serve, and I would be like, there it is. There's the other part of the kitchen. Again, I won't say the name of my neighbor, but yes, this is it. Very, very freaky. But I didn't know at the time until just a few years ago when I'm like, man, I think I read a story or I saw it on the news basically about how this unbelievably haunted house. And then I realized, I put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, that's the house I would go to when I was a kid before it became this historical landmark. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
Extremely.
it's cool.
Yeah.
Really.
But it's just weird that I experienced just a little bit of it. My mother knew a lot about it, but she would never tell me. And now that I got older, that was the house. That's it. That's the house. It's like, holy shit. You can't believe you took me there year in and year out. But, nobody was getting hurt. So it was just interesting. So, all right, next story, people. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to put the scoreboard up, and I'll get back to the chat. I'm sorry if I missed everybody.
You want me to tell mine real quick?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
My first one, because I've had a couple of things happen to me. This was when I was about 3 or 4, and it seemed like it'd be too little to remember, but when something this scary happens to you, you never forget it. We were in a house in the Forest Hill area of Fort Worth, on a house called Dorsey Lane. And me and my sister shared a room. We were the one closest to the living room. You go down the hall, there's my brother's room. And then at the end of the hall was my parents' room. And on the other side was a bathroom. Well, anyway, not only do spirits like to be active around limestone and water, they're also very active during thunderstorms.
Yes, because they can get their power.
Yes,
Yep.
right. And so this was a really bad thunderstorm that was happening. I remember the first thing, me and my sister were holding each other. We were so scared because the lightning was so loud for some reason. The thunder and the lightning was so bright. And then the next thing we knew, when the lightning, the light that comes on the wall froze. The lightning froze and we're watching it. Next thing we know, it starts to move on its own, and it made the side figure the shape of a demon.
Oh, wow.
And it was so scary. We're looking at it, and the next thing we know, we see the mouth at the bottom part. It has the most evil guttural laugh that I've ever heard of, low laugh. We screamed and ran out going toward my parents' room. I could see, when we came around the corner of our room, I could see my parents, sitting up in the bed, wondering what's going on. Hear us scream. My sister makes it, but then I get tripped over. I don't know what I tripped on. And then my brother's coming out of the room because he hears us screaming. And he's standing there wondering why I'm on the floor. And the next thing you know, he says, "Hallie, hurry up and get up. Hurry up and get up." And I'm trying to get up, but my foot is stuck to the floor. Something's got a hold of my leg. And I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't move, Tommy." I'm saying, "Tommy, I can't move." And he says, and so he comes, runs and grabs me, but he can't get my foot off the floor. It's stuck. Something's got a hold of my foot. Well, it finally let go. And he says, "Hallie, don't turn around." And I'm going, "I'm not." And so anyway, but he picked me up and faced me that way. And what I couldn't help it. I saw it. It was a one of the biggest black figures I've ever seen, that with yellow eyes.
Scary,
And
isn't it?
it was scary. It was coming toward us. We ran to my parents' room. My dad closed the door, and we're all on the bed. We're holding each other, and the thing is banging the door. The thing is banging the door. Next thing I know, it stopped. Next thing you know, it must have went down the alley because all the dogs in the neighborhood started barking. And so, and we all five of us stayed in my parents' bed that night through the storm. And that's one of the things I remember that happened to us.
Crazy. That's
On
a
there.
crazy
And
story.
it's so vivid in my mind. If and I'll tell another one after somebody
Yeah.
else does.
Yeah, who wants to go next? Anybody have a weird story? I said my story. I have a bunch of them, but the one that it caught me the most was that Abbott house that Jim said, and I do remember. I put two and two together. Anybody else? Loyal, you got one, brother?
Not really stories, but I was just gonna say I live like 2 hours from the penitentiary where they had the Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, do you?
It's in Mansfield, Ohio.
Yeah, Mansfield. Yes.
And it's they actually said it's actually haunted. They said that people go in there, like the ghost whispers and stuff like that. They just go in there to see if they see any ghosts. But that's pretty cool. And then one time I went to Marion, Ohio, and that's where what's his name? Warren G. Harding's from.
Oh, okay.
President.
Yeah, the
I went to the
ex-president.
grave site. Oh man, that was scary. They have like a big grave site for him.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the older we have in Philadelphia, just like Gettysburg, like random Anton, like he was saying, there's a lot of places, and a lot of it unfortunately surrounds where there was a lot of death, right? Gettysburg, you can go here, Valley Forge. I remember as a kid going up to Valley Forge and going through all the tunnels and all the, you hear stuff, and I do believe the limestone or whatever does hold all that. It's there, people. Like Hallie said, when there's a thunderstorm, I know it sounds weird, but almost like in that movie Frankenstein, they were able to use that as energy. There's energy in lightning. There's energy. Spirits are everywhere. It's just energy. And if you're by a body of water or limestone, that's why we were talking about the Stanley House. Stanley House is crazy. I believe I believe it's in Colorado, right?
I think so. Did you
Yeah.
hear the story that Stephen King said
That's
what
what I
happened
was
to him
saying.
and
Go
his
ahead, tell
wife?
the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and tell
Oh,
the story.
I only remember a little bit of it. I think they were put their luggage down and they were
Well,
going to
he
put it
went there
up
to stay with his
or
family,
something.
Stephen King.
Yeah, you
And
go ahead. You'll
yeah,
remember it more than I will.
Stephen King went on vacation, holiday, whatever. I believe somebody told him, yeah, this hotel is crazy. He was thinking about doing a movie. He goes and stays, and a lot of what you see, obviously within reason, was all like a lot of stuff, especially the kids on the floor playing with the ball on the bike, red rum and all that. I mean, obviously it's Hollywood, but it's pretty crazy what. But the mountains behind there are all limestone. I believe my mother-in-law gave birth to the Antichrist. My mother-in-law's name is Rosemary.
I think one of the stories also, if I don't remember
Touchdown
if it was when they were
Ravens.
about to film or before or what happened, but he said him and his wife had put their luggage uh, in the room and they were going to go get something to eat. I believe they had to leave for some reason. When they came back, all their stuff was put away.
Mm,
And so they were trying to find out who had done it so they could, thank them and everything. Nobody had done it.
mm.
There was nobody there that had done it for him. So that was one thing that happened to him.
That's
Game
nuts.
time.
Yes.
Can you bring up on your interwebs there, the Hayes Mansion?
Hayes Mansion?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll find it. Where's that at?
Did you just old man talk us? Like you were bringing up on your internet.
Yeah, and the interwebs.
All right, whippersnapper.
Hayes Mansion, San Jose?
Yes,
No.
sir.
You sure? Is that it? Images? Hayes Mansion. All right. I'm going to find it and try and find something I could flip through as far as pictures. Some of these allow you to do that and some doesn't.
You can bring up one from 1980
All right. Now you're asking a lot.
compared to now.
Let's see here. Hayes Mansion. History of Hayes Mansion.
It used to have 62 rooms in it. Now it has about 322 because they built onto it. But
Hayes
I used-
Mansion, San Jose. It's a Hilton now, but
Rand it says why always a mansion is haunted? Because those people deserved it. Did you see how they treated people? There's a reason why they were in those mansions.
there you go. Jay and Everest Hayes.
Or they wanted to take their riches with them and they couldn't, so that's it draws them to this plane. Is that what it is?
Crazy. Look at that. The Grand Estate. The Hayes family owned them near 700 acres of land adjoining the mansion. Now, what's the significance of the Hayes Mansion there, Bobby?
well, believe it or not, you guys probably won't believe me, but in 1980, when I was homeless, I used to live there. It was all run down and deserted, and they used to have Frontier Village that was right next to it. It was an amusement park, like an old cowboy western amusement park, and my mom knew the caretaker there, and so we were able to stay in there. My brothers would lock me in the rooms, and it didn't have electricity in half the place, so I saw a lot of stuff in there as well. It's and it had an elevator that used to go up to the top.
Yeah, I'm showing the elevator now. Looks
The
like
whole city of San Jose. It was pretty dope.
as soon as the interweb works.
That was pretty it freaked me out when I was a kid. I went from that to living with my grandma, and then when I acted up, she would lock me in a room with about 200 dolls staring at me, or going outside to
It's a
pick
huge
switch.
place. Look at it. Jesus. 214 room historic Hayes Mansion back on the market in 2017.
Was in there? What, do you see
Well, no,
Pennywise in that room?
It
Yeah,
only
right.
had 60. It only had 62 rooms when I lived there.
47 million sale. I guess Momo said he's had enough.
Yeah, he just wants to talk about football and promote his channel. So,
Well, I'm sure he'll go to Mark's channel. Again, this is once a year. I have the the scoreboard up, so it is what it is. The score is, was it 7-3? 3-3? What is it?
I think it was 7-3.
Yeah, 7-3.
I want to go back there and check it out. I haven't been back since 85 or 87. I moved out of San Jose, but I want to go back there now and just see what it's like, you know.
Problem is
that.
Bobby's elevator don't reach the top. LOL, Oscar. He's already on Mark's channel. LOL. Logan, that's fine. Again, we're doing something a little different here tonight. We could talk about two teams that nobody cares about. I got the scoreboard up. There you go. Hope you guys are happy. I seen stuff move, but never apparition. Yeah, that's just looking back. You know, you hear stuff. It really is crazy. Yeah, I used to watch Ghost Hunters in the early days, especially when they would. Don't ask. I don't know why. Maybe you guys could shed some light when they would go over to like Scotland, and it seemed like in like Ireland, you know, back. It seemed like the entities were a lot worse back then. You know, they were or like over there. Like if it's like the older the place, the worse it is. Maybe because it's seen more death. I don't know. I remember watching one episode where they went under a castle into a hole where they would kill people. Obviously, that's going to be a nasty place to be. And you could see this little, they call it an elemental. That's what they call it. But it's basically, it was like a devil. It was like a dog, but it had fangs, and it like appeared in front of the camera, and they all ran the hell out of there. But it's just, I don't know why, but like when you talk about, I guess when there's a lot of death, you know, that's when evil or whatever the worse the spirits get. I mean, growing up, what would scare me the worst when I would watch movies was always the supernatural type. I don't know. That always bothered me. Like, I never really got scared about the Jason or that never bothered me. It was always the supernatural, like, you know, beyond the grave stuff that would scare me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
like that movie Poltergeist. They used real skeletons in that swimming pool. That was insane.
Did they really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the director insisted on it, and I guess it was built on indigenous people's burial ground as well, and it's supposedly still haunted to this day, you know. But they insisted on using real, and a lot of those people died in that movie. Like, half the cast is already dead, you know, and they died.
Yeah, Farm Boy says. Farm Boy says the scariest thing is in your own mind. Yeah, I remember vividly watching. I was a young kid, but my brother was 7 years older than me. So whenever he was in high school, but he was down the street over a friend's house, and we were watching We were obviously watching Salem's Lot. Back in the day, there wasn't that many channels, you know. So Salem's Lot came on TV, and we were watching it. He must have been watching it at his friend's house. And as soon as the movie was over, he had to run. It was probably like 3 blocks. My mother was hiding. My mother was hiding in the front bush, and you could hear him running quick, trying to get home. And my mother jumped out, and he must have jumped like 5-6 feet. He was scared, absolutely shitless. And I remember that because I was hiding with her. I'm lucky that we didn't get too close to him because he was a big dude. He would have messed us up, but he was scared. That's random. That one really scared me back in the day. The original Salem's Lot, but I was young, so it's a little different when you're watching it. Whenever Salem's Lot came out, I was born in '71, so what was I, 10? You know, so I was at that age where, you know, shit. I remember going to see Jaws and being scared. I remember, when that come out, Hallie, 74, 75. My mother and father took me
Yes.
and my brother and sister to a drive-through to watch Jaws. I remember having nightmares, and I'm in my room like the Jaws is coming down the hallway. We're kids. We don't realize, so it was kind of neat.
Fan-
Yeah. I wouldn't go in the ocean for a while either after I watched
Phantasm,
it.
Phantasm scared me.
Phantasm, yeah. I could
Oh
see
guy,
that.
oh man, yeah, he was creepy.
Yeah.
To this day, I haven't seen The Exorcist, and I'm not going to. That's one movie.
Well, those are the
After-
type of movies that kind of freaked
Mhm.
me out, And when you hear stories, if anybody has anything, please step up. But you hear stories of real life exorcisms. I've seen them. I've seen videos of them. It's like, I don't know what's wrong with that person, but there's something inside that person that ain't human, or it's human that died that's in somebody's body. That is freaky. Again, we only know a little bit of what really happens. Did you see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I did.
Oh yeah, I
Logan.
love that.
It's been a while. A wolf named Cujo, that was a good one. Those early scenes in Jaws made me rethink the ocean. Random Anton, what do you call it? There's an actual ICP. I mean, there's lakes. I live there's lakes all around me. And they were talking about having, and I've seen it. I've seen it where they'll have all the tubes in the lake and have a big screen on the beach, and they at dark they'll show Jaws while you're in the lake swimming. Now, is that cool or what? You can only imagine hanging out with your friends, floating around in a lake pitch dark, and watching a 250-foot screen on land of the movie Jaws. That's cool. There's a lot of stuff. That's a good time. So
You know one of the weirdest creepy movies I ever seen? It was a B-rated movie, but it was called Sleepaway Camp. I don't know if you
sometimes
guys
they're the worst, though. It's
Okay, guys, I'm here.
So, do you have any scary stories, brother?
Oh yeah, brother.
go
Hey
ahead.
guys, go ahead, Lord.
I don't have any stories.
All right, but I'll tell you what.
For the nights out game time.
What's that?
I got one more.
Yeah.
My
Hey,
memory's
Bobby, go
not-
ahead. Finish it off, Bobby.
I used to live back there. I have tons of them.
You want to finish one more, Bobby? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Go ahead,
I wanna
Bobby.
hear Jesse's stuff.
Okay. Well, guys, basically, my whole life been around these crazy stuff that happens around me since I was 6. 6 years old, we lived in a 3-story apartment, and I had the door open, and actually, the living room was right next to where my room is, and the street light would shine in, so it was like you could some light in there. And I'd say about 2 o'clock in the morning, for some reason, I woke up in my bed and I looked up, and there was a figure, a silhouette because of the light, standing there. And I was in shock. I was like, ma. I told him that it just stood there and just stayed there until finally I just shut my eyes and woke up. And the next morning it was gone. And I asked my mom and dad, and they said, no, we were asleep. So that's my first one. It was a shadow. I found it was a shadow people. That's one of the shadow people. That scared the hell out of me.
Did you have sleep paralysis, Jesse, ever? Because I did when I was a kid.
Yeah. I've had that before, and then usually
Feel like something's over your bed and watching
something's over my bed. Something's holding me down.
Yeah.
I've had that. That's what I said. I've experienced a lot of this stuff. The next one would be at my old high school, St. Patrick's High School. Was built in 1863, the church. And that's been there for almost close to 150 years. It was apparently haunted by the deacon, as I say, the head priest, dean. He was also the dean of students back in the days. Apparently, when he passed, apparently his ghost walks around the area. And this place is old. The church is old, and the school is, old. They had the backstage, the basketball court inside the high school was actually old. And we would have plays there. So after it was a play practice. It was about 10 o'clock at night. There was a few of us left helping clean up with the teachers and all that. And when we were done, we went outside. We got in front of that, right in front of the school. We was about to lock up. We all looked, and the lights were all of a sudden turned on, turned off, turned on, turned off. We're like, and the head priest there's like, yeah, that's the dean. He's there. And we said, what's the dean? And he told us we shit our pants. And there was another time. We had lockers downstairs in the basement. That whole area was all lockers. It was all dark. I remember going down to get my bag, and all of a sudden I hear shoes walking on the concrete floor. I tell you what, my happy ass I had made it in like 60 seconds, got upstairs, and I told him, yep, that was the dean again. So that's my second one. Third one was living in Puerto Rico. This is when I was a hotel supervisor, a security supervisor in El Conquistador, that which now is I forget it. I forget the name of it now. But anyways, it's a huge resort. I mean, huge. It's built on a mountain. Kind of reminds me of the one from Here's Johnny, but it's huge. Allegedly, there was a story there that of a lady in white walking around, appearing areas and disappearing. And one night, I got a call because I worked nights. I worked from 7 p.m. 7 a.m. Here I am driving my golf cart, and it's an electric golf cart. It was like about 3 o'clock in the morning because I used to sneak up on my guards, make sure they weren't sleeping because the posts are everywhere, all the guard posts are everywhere. As I'm driving through the grass in the golf course, I see this white figure, a lady in a dress, and she was just walking through the golf course. And I had my lights off. I just see the figure because of the moonlight, and I'm like, oh Jesus, she's probably drunk. They probably had one of those guests that are drunk and just walking around. So I get about 50, 100 feet, then about 90, 80, 70. I hit the lights. Remember, this is a golf course. There's nowhere to hide. Disappeared. Wasn't there. She's gone.
Was she hot?
Huh?
Was she hot?
That,
Was you on her?
I don't know if she was hot or not. Or I know it's like I bet he's like the Fred Flintstone picked up the damn golf cart and ran. But she was just slowing down. That was crazy. And see another one. Oh, this is what happened to me directly. In a new urbanization, they just built houses, brand new houses near. And get this, near a river. Okay. Basically, I bought a house. Me and my wife bought a house, and my sister-in-law and her husband bought a house a few streets down. Apparently, they were having issues because when they were living in the house, they have it sounded like a kid giggling inside the house. They were brand new houses, but this kid was giggling, and you could hear, and she was looking around saying, "What the hell?" And they just had a baby, so the baby is not the baby. Baby wasn't giggling at the time. She was like a few months old, and they were worried about that. But it kept going. At one time, the kid, the spirit, they were laying in bed, and the spirit was jumping on the bed, in their feet, jumping back up and down on their feet. They really got spooked. And the one time, yep, it was literally. They said they could see the kid walking on the bed.
Dirty Sanchez with the super chat. Dirty Sanchez. She was hot. He don't want to admit it, but he slimed a ghost.
Uh-huh. Nice one, Dirty.
She got slimed. I'm sorry.
But anyways, that was the kid on the bed. The next time, remember, I lived a few streets up. Me and my wife and my son at that time, he was 2.5 years old, nearly 3. He had a speech impediment, so he couldn't talk too well. So he couldn't really. He's like bye like that. And one day I'm sitting there, in the game room playing my games, and all of a sudden I hear in his room he's cackling. He's like, I'm like, wait a minute, it's only me and him here. What's he laughing about? I go in there and go, little Jesse, what's wrong? Why are you laughing? And he looks me straight up in my face and points. The little boy, he's funny, little boy. I'm like, oh my God, it followed me home.
It followed you home. That's not good. Don't let that shit follow you home.
That shit followed me home.
Anybody ever use a Ouija board?
No,
never again.
Yeah, I'll never do that again. Never
Never
do that
again.
again.
That's
It
opening
doesn't
the
work
door.
for me.
My
And
Anyway,
oh, go
The
ahead.
reason
ahead.
why.
Well,
Yeah,
let me just get this out. It's a quick one. I remember when I was younger. I was working at the casino. It was I don't know if I was working that day or I wasn't, but we met at a buddy's house, near Mays Landing, somewhere down that way. That's more towards Atlantic City if anybody's not around here. So we were having a party one night, and we went into a rabbit hole with and you could tell when somebody's moving it and somebody's not moving it. At one point, okay, we got the name of a kid that we were talking to. Okay, at that time we were trying to fact check it, right, on the internet. West Virginia once, never again. Super chat. Thanks, brother. You going to Hopper? Basically, we got the kid's name, where he was from, what happened to him, right? And at one point, though, it was me and people were taking their hands off one at a time. So it wasn't like there was like 4 of us on there. One person, and it was moving. Boom, 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 boom. It was sliding around. And then it was me and this girl who had her hands on. And it was moving so fast that, you really couldn't. I'm hearing myself. Somebody mute. There you go. Anyway, it was going way too fast for me to know what the heck was going on. And I know this girl wasn't doing it. So it was freaky. And then you watch movies where Ouija boards, you got to shut it down the right way. You can't. It's just basically entering a realm, if you want to say, or whatever you want to say, to communicate with these spirits that want to be communicated with. It's just a way of doing it. That's all it is. But you can't just leave that. I don't know that you could just leave it open. You kind of have to close it the right way and be responsible. I would never have a Ouija board in my house.
They're demons.
I sure as heck would not allow it, because that's what was happening too. This girl went into a rabbit hole, Chris, and when everybody left, she was still breaking out the Ouija board. She was kind of addicted to this thing, and you don't know who you're calling upon, who's coming through. They could say that they're one thing, but it doesn't mean that they are who they say. It's just crazy. It's just like a medium that's able to tap into stuff. It's just a way anybody could do it. It's just, I don't know. I don't like messing with that stuff.
Yeah. And we're getting back to what I was saying, Brian. The same thing with the child, with the young kid
I was a
in the house.
kid, random Anton. I was early 20s, brother. No, not afraid of anything, and again, not the smartest of things. Not the smartest of things.
As I was saying, as I was saying,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
The last time, that's right. The last time before we got divorced, we were sleeping. It was a hurricane hit. All the power was out. So we had a generator. I had the generator going. We were on the floor and, getting fan. My son is next to my wife. My wife is next to me, and I'm on the other side. I'm there, half asleep. And all of a sudden, I felt little kid's hands touching my face like this, stroking me real gently.
You must be sensitive to
I am.
that.
I am. I am very.
Like if you know what I mean. I'm not trying to get weirded out, but we all have the ability. But some people can recognize it and be sensitive to it more than others.
And I'm not too much
Jesse's
scared of it too much.
Jesse's got a lot of little child still left in him, so they take advantage of children.
Yeah, they play video games with me. Any case, getting back to what I was
All
saying.
right, I got a story.
All right, here we go.
Hold on, Randy.
I got a story. This ain't about a ghost, but it's about Dachau. And if you don't know what Dachau is, it's the concentration camp that they killed all the Jews in. Well, in 1980, I was in the military. I was in Germany. Me and 3 of my buddies decided to go through the camp, the tour. Okay. And they warned you before you go into the camp that you can get sick, you can get, you start having things happen to you. You need to just end it. Well, we go in the first building, and all over the walls are the torture devices that they used on people that they don't tell you about. And right away, you start feeling funny. And then as you go to the second building, it's where they took the women and used the women as lab rats
Experiments.
to make superhumans. Okay, they didn't tell you about that kind of stuff either. And as you go into the buildings, you smell the death and you smell the rot and you smell everything that was happening back then because they can't get it out of the wood. It's
Yeah.
soaked into the wood
Yeah.
because of the smells. Well, the farther we got into the thing, I started getting more and more depressed. I mean, I'm serious, depressed, feeling sad. And we got to this one place where they started, where they threw the bodies in to burn them. And they didn't just throw one or two, they put 20 or 30 in each chamber and burned them at one time. By the time we got to the middle part of the tour, about 15 of us had to stop. We couldn't go any further because we were just so depressed. You're down. I wish I had never gone there. And I still have nightmares to this day about that situation. I didn't see any ghosts. But I smelled death, if that makes any sense.
I've been there, Randy.
And
I know what that
it's
smells like.
a depressing place.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Anyway.
Well, I can't imagine, but I know what you're talking about. Dirty Sanchez with the
Yeah.
super chat. I got all my gloves, Jesse. I'll get in touch with your inner child. There we go.
Yeah,
He's-
Grant, there
he's
was
ready.
there was a chick that back in the day, she was one of the Nazis, and I forgot what they called her, but what she would do is she would wear flirtatious clothes, and any people that stood at her, she'd have them killed, and she did it on purpose. But she would take their body, she would like take their skin and make it lamps and tattoos and all kinds of stuff out of it. It was crazy.
Well, Loyal, that goes back to the.
They did some.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that they did some really sad stuff and the crazy thing is now today you can't see that tour. They've cleaned everything up because they're ashamed of what they did back then. So you can't see the same things as you saw back then. But you're right, Loyal. They did a lot of things back then that was inhumane.
Well, again, this goes back to the Salem witch trials back in the early 1600s, the late 1600s. A group of young girls had unexplained fits and accused several local women of witchcraft, leading to mass hysteria. They killed a bunch of women. Again, it's some crazy stuff. That's one place I've wanted to get to. It's not that far from me. I mean, how far is Massachusetts from us? Maybe 8-hour drive.
Well, you said a 6-hour drive.
I'm not real sure. I've been to Vermont, so it's probably halfway. So maybe 5 hours. I don't know.
Yeah, that's about right.
5-6 hours. I've always wanted to get there, just to see it because a lot of you'll find a lot of that there. You'll find a lot of just one quick. I mean, they were hanging these ladies over the next several months. 18 ladies were hanged.
And drowned.
What's that, Tina? 6 hours. My wife just Googled it. It's a place I'd like to get to just because of the history of it. I mean, Randy brings up, listen, it's history. I'm not going to get any deeper into this other than let's not run away from our history. Let's learn from it. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? Let's learn from our history. That doesn't mean we erase history. Let's just learn from it and not do it again. To me, if you erase it, then you're more likely for it to re-happen. So let's,
I agree.
You know what I mean? And that's all I'll say because I think people know what I mean. But yeah, again, this, and I don't know who brought it up in the chat, but let's be honest. We did some nasty things to the American Indians. This was their.
Oh yeah.
This was their.
Oh yeah, we sure
Trail
did.
Tears. The Trail of Tears.
Trail of Tears, exactly. So it started when
Old
Creed
Hickory.
and Anglo
Andrew Jackson.
Yeah,
he's the one.
There you go.
He's
Brian,
the one.
have you been to the graveyard in Hayes
No.
Landing?
What, Maze Landing?
Hayes Landing? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I haven't walked around there, but I know exactly where it's at. The post office is right there. I've been at the post office many times, so yes. And it's around the corner from the town, right next door to the town hall too.
I've stole some things from the graves there.
Bad idea.
What's up, brother?
I used to be in a death metal band, and
Sleepy Hollow, that would be awesome too.
I get props for the shows, and so I'd steal like Marys and stuff like that, and try to dig up stuff and get gold and stuff like that. You know, pretty evil stuff.
Yeah, it's really is crazy. Chris May, do you have anything, brother? I know you. I know where you're at. You're out in Idaho. You probably hear a lot of crazies. You probably got some
there's
crazy...
something I could tell you about here, but they kind of took it out of the library here. And the place I live here is proof that they founded it on witchcraft.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of points that have 5 points. And the funny part about it is all 5 spots equal into a pentagram, believe it or not. But for anything kind of scary, now I'll tell you this: I love pit bulls. I love pitties, and I'll tell you why. They're the most protective dog that you will ever have.
I have a
my cousin, she had this pit bull, and she would always come home with me, and walk me home because I'd be like 2 or 3 football fields away from the house from my aunt's. And this is in New Mexico, and it gets real dark out there. This one night, I was getting ready to walk home, and she was not having me wanted me to go. Just you know how they are. And I had to go anyway because my grandfather was way down there and I had to get back to him. So anyway, I'm walking back and she's walking with me, all this just whiny. I'm like, what's the matter? She didn't want me to go. And I just look right over in the bush. There's these big, bright yellow eyes. And I'm like, what the hell? And she just started growling at it. She went right in the bush. Whatever it was went away.
Maybe an owl, but I don't know.
It was like, I don't know what the hell that was to this day. No,
Chris,
no dogs, dude.
Dogs.
Dogs don't have eyes this big.
Yeah.
Dogs
I don't know what the hell it was. It's some kind of Sasquatch, dude. I didn't see the freaking bush move. I mean,
well, Jesse brings up a good point. There. Dogs, I don't know if anybody, it depending on where you're at, but dogs can like sense stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, cats can too.
Yeah.
My cats do too. My cats do too.
You ever see the movie Cat's Eye?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That movie, and that's why I when I was a kid, I used to have a cat, man. It was a black cat.
Yeah, I had cats.
This cat was like a dog, man. It would fight. You could get the biggest, baddest, meanest dog out there, and he'd fight it. Because there was a kid we used to go to school with, a classmate. And he always used to come to school bragging about his Doberman Pinschers, and they were pretty big. So one day we were all out playing, and they got loose. Man, we were scared. We all jumped up on the dumpster beds and everything. So out of nowhere, here comes my cat. He just comes out and just starts messing this dog up. I was like, dang.
Yeah,
if you watch on Facebook, they'll have dogs where they grab their owner prior to whatever happens. Like I've seen dogs pull people away from trees and the tree falls.
That's what
it's like they knew what was going to happen.
That's very sensitive and very sensitive. My cat,
they know what's going on.
Speaking of that, guys, my cat. I'm gonna tell you a story. My cat senses a spirit in this house where I live in right now. I had a experience last year recently. I was upstairs, 2:00 in the morning. Was going to go into the bathroom. My wife's upstairs. All of a sudden, I hear the TV on. The TV turned on. It wasn't one of those remote TV. It was an old TV, turned on. And all of a sudden I said, hello, Barbara? And all of a sudden I heard a voice. It said, Jesus, Mary, God. And all of a sudden, I heard TV shut off. I go down there thinking somebody, and there was nobody there. My cat was looking right at the sofa where the TV was at and kept staring at it.
Yeah, well, exactly. Cats can, all animals, especially if somebody passes recently. just like if you ever see, I'm not trying to get morbid, but you ever see when, like at a funeral, if you see a dog at a funeral, they know that their loved one's dead, and they'll go up and they're crying, laying by the casket. I mean, that's what makes animals, so
Animals
great.
can sense
You know what I
things, man.
mean?
They
Really.
can sense bad in people and everything.
Yeah, and I think they can sense good as well. And
Yeah.
some animals just, for whatever reason, whatever their circumstance, are not good. But, that's a different story. CZ brings up Skinwalker Ranch. We could, again, all is welcome. Skinwalker Ranch, as we are finding out, if anybody doesn't know, Skinwalker Ranch has been studied ad nauseum for years by the paranormal societies, different groups. You go in there. There are some crazy stuff going on at Skinwalker Ranch, apparitions, everything. But as it turns out, Skinwalker Ranch is property of Utah and famous for allegedly paranormal activities such as UFO sightings and strange animal mutilations, which is the subject of the History Channel series, The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch.
Yep.
Again, something is going on, people, and this is... I had talked to a buddy of mine who's really into conspiracy theories, but this is beyond a conspiracy theory. Now, this is kind of off of the beaten track when it comes to, Halloween, but we could touch on it for this, for the sake of this stream. UFOs and what's going on. I don't know if you guys have been studying the meteor or the
I've seen it.
Dude, I've seen weird shit. I even have pictures of the
I've
sun.
seen.
with
Dude, I've
stuff
been in a
I've seen
rabbit
UFOs.
hole for days, but I'm not going to share it with you guys.
And I
When
got
walk
pictures
my
I can
route,
show
I
to you.
listen to it. A3
I've seen 'em.
Atlas.
Yeah,
uh,
I've heard of that too.
yeah, that's absolutely nuts. And then when you really dig into it, when you have Harvard scientists, now again, when we talk about UFOs and we talk about, obviously, if we think that we're the only ones here, and we're the most intelligent, then I think that's almost as bad as some Eagle fans thinking that I'm unrealistic regarding the Eagles.
That's fired.
I'm only saying that because I nailed the first 8 weeks of the season. I said you're going to win 11 games. I actually adjusted the schedule, their win-loss. I have you winning the division. But anything short of me saying the Eagles are the best thing since sliced bread, they're never going to lose again this year, they're going to run away with it, I'm trolling. So, again, everybody calm down.
Game time.
Yes.
I got a story about UFOs if you want to hear.
So do I.
Oh, yeah,
So do
so
I.
do I.
Well,
I have
again,
a
let me
few.
finish this real quick, and then we'll get
Go
into it. But what I mean is now what they're learning is, okay, when you look at the big picture of everything, what's the one part of our planet that's only been explored less than 10%? We've covered
The
this.
ocean.
We've covered the planet up and down, but the ocean, yes, the ocean has been the least explored. Why? Because we can't reach it normally. Okay, less than 10% of the ocean has been mapped. They're in the process of trying to map the whole ocean floor. It'll take a lifetime to do, but that's what they're in the process of trying to do. But most of these UFO sightings, we could get into Area 51. That's a whole, that's why I said eventually when I do retire, I wouldn't mind starting another channel that's not about sports, like talking about this stuff, because this stuff is really what really interests me as far as like getting into it. And it's very cool to talk about. But, the ocean, you see how many times you see jets saying they have sighting and then they disappear. Where? Into the ocean. Well, again, you see movies like Leviathan. I think that's the name of the movie. I forget the name of the movie, but where it was deep in the ocean. Again, it's crazy, but the people, just like War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, shit's buried, and just like we still have right now. Okay, right now we have in Alabama, in Huntsville, Alabama, we have the biggest alien bunker in the United States where they have actual aliens. They call them the grays. They have the
Mhm.
grays. They have the whites. These are different size and type of aliens.
Reptilians.
Again, they have ships that still hover, like in the movie Fourth of July, Independence Day, like that movie. They took some of that. That's a true thing, and they're trying to reverse technology. I could name names. I've been following this stuff for a long time. Believe me, I'm deep into a rabbit hole. But you can't talk about it on a football channel. But
there is no reality.
yeah, I think exactly. Like we try to reverse engineer these whatever. Yes, that's good. Craft. But again, you can't. People have died trying to do it because it's nuclear, right? A lot of it. The materials are different. It's crazy. It really is crazy. But anyway, go ahead, Bobby.
Well, I just see in the chat, and they're like, "You guys need to come back to reality." If you've never had experiences and think it's all a fucking joke,
That's facts.
I'll give you some reality. You want to know what it's like to die? You guys want to know what it's like to die? You want a real story? Oh, yes. I can tell you something. I've never seen hell and I've never seen heaven. Or in other words, I've never seen the Satan or all that shit that they talk about. All right? I'll give you a story. You go without seeing and have suicidal tendencies and commit suicide and freaking actually commit it. And then you be dead and a priest come in and say the last rites and you wake up. And then go in a coma and then wake up 2 weeks later. Okay? What is that?
Wasn't your time.
Seriously. All right?
It wasn't your time.
That's not all, though. During that time when that priest did the last rites, I remember exactly where the hell I was. I had no damn body. It was dark. But the oddest, weirdest thing is you can't see. It's like dark, but it's like this like greenish haze. The most weirdest thing is that behind me and around me, I know there's other people like me.
The abyss.
You have no body whatsoever, but you can feel people around you. But here's the most weirdest thing: you can feel that presence, but let alone hear a faint, like they're at peace.
Oh yeah, I've heard many stories, Chris, about people. My wife is a nurse. She's been a nurse. She works at she's still a nurse, but she works in a different form of nursing now. But many stories of, a lot of these nurses have been around people who, like when you're a nurse, you see a lot of people die. You're there.
Here's the other thing, though. While I was there, I heard my mom cry.
Yeah.
All right, I heard it loud and clear.
Well, we've heard those stories, Chris. You hover above the bed and you sense everything that's going on around you. Yes.
And
it's true.
Let me get to the rest of it.
I'm sorry.
It goes more than that. See, I was going blind at a young age. And when I was that age, I didn't know what was wrong with me. I thought I was stupid or whatever. And I just had that problem. So in 2004, my mom and dad were, together. And my mom had to go through all that crap with me. And she's already lost 2 other kids. So I'm feeling this way. I'm trying to do things with my work and stuff, anything. And it just started getting worse where I couldn't do anything, I mean, I had corneas that where if you look at a straight line, it would do this thing and bend. So, yeah, I ended up getting a surgery. But the miracle behind that was in 2004, my dad, when it came back in my life, and I didn't have him to talk to and cry upon, it happened for a reason. Because 3 days later, my mom came home from work and she was telling me, hey, there's this eye doctor I want you to see that this lady told me about. And I'm like, oh, great, another bastard's going to tell me to read Braille and all that. You know what I'm saying? And I was going through a lot of shit, like how am I going to get across the street? How am I going to know if anybody's ripping me off? Real shit, And I told my dad, I told him, look, I'm really depressed. I don't like this. I don't want to do it, but I don't see any other choice. But 3 days later, my mom told me that. We went and saw this doctor here where we're at. They got me into Salt Lake City. Okay, and Dr. Tabin, you can look for him. I mean, Moran Eye Clinic, you look at that stuff up. He's a renowned eye surgeon. Put me through, they have machines. You can't lie or nothing. And they found out what my vision was, what I needed. That miracle in itself got me to where I am today. That's why I do what I do on my channel. I don't do it for money. I do it actually so people say, hey, somebody like me that could have been not here or had a miracle like that happen.
Yeah, Chris, it really
and for years I always wondered why.
Yeah.
Until I became saved, and then I started reading my Bible and realizing, hey, I was probably in a part of Abraham's bosom or somewhere else. I don't know. That's all I know.
Well, do you believe in reincarnation? I don't know. Do you guys believe in reincarnation?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, Jerry Jones is Al Davis.
Yeah, Jerry Jones is Al Davis.
Yeah, I believe that one, Will.
I've been studying a lot on the Gnostic. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Yes, yes.
I
think I snorted some of that in the 90s.
Tried to bury it, and they found it with the Dead Sea Scrolls,
Right.
Yep.
They were burning the papers for kindling, and then they found out it was like history. So it's pretty interesting. I'd like to write a movie about it. Like they're trying to steal the light from your soul.
Yep.
Well,
they exist, dude.
Crazy.
I believe it.
I was watching.
Great, you know what I'm saying?
I was watching something, Bobby. Again, you don't know what's true and what's not, but I kind of, I'll give it a shot, and then I'll let my own imagination, my own mind think of watching this real. I saw a medium, well, he was able to supposedly, and I was watching it, supposedly contact O.J. Simpson. And I don't know, I haven't gotten to the point where I know that if I think there's a hell. I mean, I'm not saying there's not a hell, but I've always kind of got like conflicted. I mean, I know there's a light, I know there's a heaven, I know all that. I know for a fact that there's that, and that's for another day, another story. I don't want to depress people, but I was in a real bad car accident, and I probably shouldn't have really, it's some weird things happen. Let's put it that way. But yeah, he was talking about OJ, and he was asking OJ's questions. They had one of those, I don't know if they call it like a white noise box, and you heard somebody, and you heard,
yeah,
OJ
I've heard of that white noise.
Yeah, OJ was having a conversation with him. Maybe. I mean, I don't know if it was real. It seemed like it was real. And he asked OJ all the normal questions, and he didn't want to answer it, which kind of made it think like it was real. But they asked OJ, did you go to heaven? And his response was, I'm afraid of the dark. It just kind of makes you think, because we all know that when you pass away, right? If you want to hang around, you can hang around. Time it's just a different realm. It's a different, just like UFO travel. They're not really flying. It's a different dimension. That's why you hear ghost signs. They're next to you. It's a different dimension. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. So I think that he's afraid to make a decision based on his actions here, because we could all, his daughter Sydney Simpson has come out and said, that she knows he did it.
Well, wait a minute, Brian. At the time, was Johnny Cochran present with him?
if it doesn't fit, you must have quit. But anyway, long story short, it was kind of interesting. His answer was he's afraid and doesn't like all the darkness. So that's a question. Is hell? I think we all have to wait our time, depending on how we act here. Maybe I'll have to wait in a longer line than other people, but I think ultimately I'll be able to go into the heaven, and as far as I'm concerned. But I just thought that was an interesting thing when OJ said it's dark and he's afraid of the dark. So he's hovering around. He doesn't want to let himself go. If that makes any sense to you, if you know anything about like crossing over and all that stuff.
That if you go to like you're reincarnated until you find your true inner light.
Exactly.
And they say, don't go to the light, go to the dark. So it's like, what are you supposed to believe here?
Yeah.
You know what
Well,
I mean?
I
he's
don't know.
dead. We know he died. He's
I give you
seeing
about
darkness.
5 passages where it says there is a hell.
Yeah, I'm not saying there's not, Chris. It's just I would think there would be.
Oh, I'm
But
just
I
saying
don't
there's
know
passages
if
that prove it.
you know what I mean, Chris.
Matthew, Revelation, and Luke.
Is
That's all you got to do. They're in there.
Is hell your worst version of a place, or is hell an actual place? You know,
If
what I mean?
actually would have went there, I'd tell you, but I don't know. I just know where the hell I was.
No, but you know
but
what
I hear
mean?
people say.
I'm saying it as a question. Hell may be everybody's worst version of what hell is. You know, like
I believe it's a dimension.
Like hell would probably be stuck in an Eagles bar, hearing "Fly Eagles Fly" nonstop. You know what I mean? That would be. No, I'm joking.
Eternity.
That's a joke, everybody.
delivering publishers clearinghouse there, Brian.
Yeah, and the barcode reader breaks. Anyway, all right, let's what we got with the game right now. It's like 14-3.
Go back to UFOs, Brian.
Looks like it's going to blow out. Next
I was
story.
going to tell what happened to me.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I got this was a few years later. I was about between 8 and 10. I can't remember the exact age. But my grandmother lived in Stephenville at the time, and that's about between 80 and 90 miles south of Fort Worth. And my dad dropped me, my sister, and my mom off at my grandmother's house. And the first thing my mom did, she did something for my grandmother. Well, she found a knife underneath my grandmother's bed, under her, not her bed, her pillow, and wondered why. And she was going to ask her about it later. But anyway, that night, just a couple of days before this happened, I had been at my grandmother's house, and she had we were going to play some cards. Well, I had picked up a cards thinking they were regular playing cards, but my mom says, no, go put them back. They were, tarot cards. And so anyway, after that, what happened with me, I guess because I touched it, I always started getting sick at my grandmother's house. Well, this night was no exception. After my dad dropped us off, I was getting sick. We were watching a movie in the living room, and I couldn't step anymore. I was feeling so bad. And so they had a rollaway bed for me to lay down on. And so my mom tucked me in and everything because I was running like 102 temperature. And so anyway, I was laying there and I was listening to them watching the movie. And the next thing I know, I feel something come under the covers and pinch my leg. It hurt so bad. I started screaming. I got up and I was screaming. My mom and grandmother and sister came in there wondering what happened. And they looked at my leg and they saw the red mark where I got pinched at. Well, anyway, they couldn't find anything. They thought maybe a rat had gotten in under the covers or anything, and they looked around the room. They couldn't find anything, so I went back into bed, covered myself up. This happened 2 more times. I pinched. I was screaming. I was saying it's hurt. They could see all 3 pinch marks. My mom's looking under the bed, and I looked up at the doorway, and I'm going, Mama, who's that man that's standing right there? My mom turned around. My mom turned around. My grandmother's sister disappeared right in front of all of us. My mom was immediately on the phone with my dad, come pick us up. We're not staying here. We had to wait about an hour. And I was so sick. And as soon as my dad got there, I got in the truck, my fever lifted.
That's
crazy. You're like Allie, you're like me, sensitive.
Yeah, we're sensitive. We're empaths. Yeah, we're empathic. And so, right just a couple of blocks down from me is a Freemason church. And I've always heard things about them. And now something happened that I will not even go by that place now, because I had turned the corner. It was coming down to my house. Well, I had seen something cross the road. This was at in the,
I
you
think
know,
ghosts can't
about
touch you, but
Twilight.
demons can. I don't know the rules. Yeah,
Yeah.
random Anton. I'm not
A
sure.
random light just went across the room, and I thought I was the only one that saw it, and I thought it was crazy. But then there was kids on the porch that were screaming that saw it, ran in the house, and
Yeah.
I pushed the gas down. I will not go by it to this day. And
Again, I believe
yeah,
that's well, there goes the
Hey,
Dolphins.
hey,
Yeah.
hey,
I agree
yeah.
with it. But that what's up,
hey,
Jay Smooth?
Brian.
How are you, brother?
Hey, Brian. I got one for you because Chris just reminded me of this. It's about my dad. When I was with my ex-wife, my son, once again, my son, we were sleeping together. She liked including the kids sleeping with us. I kept telling her not to do, but she did it anyway. We were sleeping, and all of a sudden I had a dream. It was my dad, and my dad passed away years ago before that, for my son. And it was like I was I was back as a kid in bed sleeping, and my dad walks in the room and says, "Jesse," or he called me Jessito back in the day. "Jessito, wake up! We gotta get up." I was like, "Dad, I'm getting up. I'm in a minute." He said, "No, get up, son." He goes, "No, Dad." He said, "Get up!" And I woke up. My son was choking on a penny. And
Yeah.
I really had to do the Heimlich and pop it out.
Well, you ever see those things, Jesse? Those videos of like car wrecks that are about to happen. Let's say,
Yep.
like you're outside with your dog, and the dog starts freaking out, and like they're trying to get your attention, and then you see like a car wipe out where you were sitting.
Yep.
You know, again, it's just a matter of being able to tap into that type of stuff. Jay Smooth.
Yeah, because I'm so sensitive to it. If that same feeling comes over me, I won't go near where
No,
I'm feeling
it's like that, Alex. Like I
same
said,
thing at.
Yeah.
know your gut feels. Like this is what I learned. Your gut feeling. If it feels bad, don't go there. Don't go that way.
Trust it.
Don't do that.
Exactly.
Trust it. I've learned that
Like
when I
if
was in
the
combat.
hairs on the back of
saved
your
my
neck
ass.
stand up.
For not
Yep.
being able to see for so long.
I swear to God,
Like,
guys, when I was in
the other
combat,
senses I
that
had-
survived because of that.
Yeah, because other senses I had, like my sense of touch, feel, sound, taste, hearing, was more acute without the vision.
Right.
Yep.
That you could, dude. There's times I've been around people, you could just feel something very like possessive,
Dark.
Evil.
Yeah, dark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
evil.
You know, it's
You
like,
feel-
oh shit, I'm going this way. You
Yeah,
know, I mean,
I'm like, ooh.
I
got
have that.
something to say.
Very sensitive to that.
Yep.
So-
Welcome to the club, Chris.
Just real quick
Anytime, I
here.
got something to say real quick.
All right, go ahead.
So a lot of these people, they think it's a joke. You know, they're like, I don't know, in the chat they're playing around.
Actually, they're not. They're actually pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I love the chat. They have great entertainment on the side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't
But
see
a lot
much
of people-
trolling.
A lot of people in the world, not
Yeah.
your chat.
Yeah, okay.
There's people. Well, there's also Bobby. There's lots of people who are afraid to admit it, and you know, maybe can make a joke, but it's true.
Oh yeah, I hear you, Jesse, but just hear me out.
Sure.
People in the world, they think it's a joke until something happens to them. And then they're
Exactly.
like, oh shit, maybe it is real. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure we've all been around people who've passed away. I know I've seen too many of my loved ones pass away. But there's a difference of somebody. You see somebody sleeping, and then you see somebody take their last breath. Not to get morbid, but it's a fact. You actually see the spirit leave them. Okay, you see the spirit. That's what comforted me so much when I lost my mom. And then I was a mama's boy. My mom, I was the youngest. Again, I miss my mom every day. But when she died, it comforted me because I could saw her spirit was gone. She was not the person that I knew. Just because she was, it's different from somebody sleeping. It's like, oh, well, that person's sleeping. No, you could see the spirit go, which is a good thing because that just tells you we walk around with these bodies. It's just, again, there's definitely, a heaven. I know there's a hell. I just don't know if it's a place or if it's everybody's version of what's your word. If you're a bad person and you're a murderer or whatever, where do you go? Is it a we don't know, right? But it's a version of a bad place.
It's called Brian. It's called your personal hell.
You know what I mean? So anyway.
Well, we could be on hell right now. We don't know.
Well, and that's what's so interesting about this, this comet / UFO. Again, if you don't know about it, just go look it up, people. This
Oh, I got some UFOs for you, Ron.
This a 3-eye atlas. It's called 3-eye atlas. Just Google it on YouTube. It just went by the sun yesterday, but not close to us. But again, Harvard like astrologists and stuff they were on Joe Rogan yesterday. It's again, they did a maneuver going around the sun that a rock or a meteor would not do. It consisted of a lot of nickel rather than what normal things are, iron and and stuff. So again, we are not the only people out there, is what
I
I'm
used to
trying
take
say.
pictures of the sun in New Mexico, and I got a bunch of pictures of it. But for some reason, every time I took picture of it, it would have like this red like thing around it. The sun would be red like a thing, and I don't know why. But Google Services would actually stop my camera from taking the pictures.
I know, that's it.
Make my phone not work.
Well, Chris, at the same time too, if you put a live on the satellites, the one that was floating up there, they would show like UFOs doing maneuvers that there's no way could have been a meteor or trash or anything like that.
Dude,
I heard of that too, Farm Boy. I heard of that, a possibility
I've seen something really weird myself too when I had a paper out when I was 16, and I'm blind as a bat, but somebody tried telling me it was like an asteroid or something going through our atmosphere. I'm like, bull crap. It's laser red. Give me a break. And it was just a dot going from one end to the other, but it was
Chris,
like
I've seen Chris in Puerto Rico. I've seen UFOs myself. I've seen them come out of the water. I've seen them go to the rainforest in Puerto Rico. That's restricted. Military restricted.
Shit, I've never seen it like that. But
Farm Boy says it's all the government conspiracy, all getting the wool pulled over your eyes. Well,
that's what I think too. I think they're trying to stain something.
Here's the deal: like telescopes that aren't ours are finding it, and it just so happens to be during a government shutdown, which is going on. So again,
you think all this space in the fucking outer space, there's nothing out there?
Yeah,
Come
exactly.
Give me, Bryce.
Hey, they're shitting their pants.
Just look at the pyramids, people. What's on the pyramid walls? It's
light bulbs.
It's pictures of aliens.
With light bulbs.
So
yeah, have you seen some of the stuff that they have like in there? The hieroglyphs where they look like they're in little flying machines and shit.
Exactly. On my honeymoon back in '97, I'm dating myself. We went to a place called Chichen Itza. It's in Mexico, Jesse.
Oh yeah,
Chichen Itza. I have pictures of me climbing the steps of Chichen Itza. I went up there.
Look, nice.
But they don't allow you up there anymore because it's deteriorating, so you can't climb on the steps. So Chichen Itza, or locals call it chicken pizza. It's kind of maybe an hour and a half from Cancun. I got on a bus and went into the jungle for an hour and a half, or maybe even longer than that, maybe 2 hours. It was awesome. Yeah. It was very hot when we went. It was in September. It was over 100 degrees. But it was unbelievable because you're driving in a bus in this little 2-lane road going out in the middle of nowhere. All of a sudden you come up on this overpass and you see nothing but jungle, and then you see these pyramids coming out of it. It's like the coolest thing. So if you ever go to Mexico and you have a chance to go to Chichen Itza, it's worth it.
Or you go to Machu Picchu.
Yes.
You guys hear about the pyramids over there in Egypt having like some structures built underneath it?
Yes.
Hey Chris, they're saying
iron rod things.
Yeah.
What the word of the street the word of the street is those pyramids weren't used for tombs. They were a source of power because they looked like a nuclear power plant.
Yeah. So it was neat, and they actually had a Chris. It was kind of neat. If you go to Chichen Itza, they have what looks like a huge, obviously deteriorated. Obviously, it reminded me of the in Italy of where they did the gladiator stuff, the Colosseum.
Oh, the Colosseum. Yeah.
It was like a big field, literally, and they said that the tribes would come there in Chichen Itza, and there was stands on one side, all concrete, all molded, and a field in the middle, and there was nothing but you would fight and you would play until the death, and then we went over to the lake where they would dump, the dead bodies, just dump them. You got to know at night. You got to know that if you were to camp there at night, that there is some crazy, crazy shit going on there. So
Yeah,
they got.
Guess what? If you don't have a friend that doesn't have a crazy story, and you think it's all distraction, then you're a fucking idiot.
Hey, okay,
we're not that smart, right, Bobby? I'm sorry.
Hey, Bobby. Bobby's real simple. So these people that don't think it, take a tape recorder, put it in the cemetery overnight, come back and get it, and play it. I bet you money you're gonna get some kind of voice on there.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss.
Ultrasonic thing.
I got a story.
Go ahead, Randy.
My mom died when I was 10 years old.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, and she died during the day. Well, later that night, what I thought was having a dream was there were royal people, and then there were people marching through my home that I knew that had passed away prior to this. They say that guardian angels come down to get you and bring you back. Okay. Yep. Well, I thought that I was dreaming until the next day that I woke up and I was talking to my sister who lived with us at the time. I said, I seen a parade of people that had passed on and had come and had passed. And she said, that's funny. Your dad seen the same thing last night about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. I said, that's about the same time I saw it happen. Mm-hmm. They came through my room. They looked down at me and smiled, and then they moved on. And that same thing happened to my dad the same night, which we thought was real interesting.
That's crazy. We'll get into the trivia shortly, and we'll have a little fun with that. But we got a game here, 14-6. It's the Ravens have the ball just inside.
Boring Thursday night game.
6 seconds left.
Yeah, that's why I said this is a good day to do it.
We're having more fun. I'm having more fun talking about the stuff.
Yeah, I know. I know a lot of people don't probably.
I'm not even watching the game because of. Yeah.
I have it on just because it's 14-6. I got the scoreboard on there, but again, we could talk about this stuff all night. Let me get to the chat a little bit. I remember being in a passenger seat with my grandpa. For some reason, I remember this night a light was following us, but I only remember that moment and not what happened before or after. Dirty Sanchez, I believe in ghosts will shadow people anyway. I believe there's other life out there. I believe there's residual haunting, but I still need some convicting on Bigfoot. Yeah, listen. I'm not. I don't. I'm not going to say there's not a Bigfoot. I'm not. I don't know what it is.
I could say, Brian, I've had an experience. I don't know. I talk about it a little bit, but I could tell your friends. I could tell you.
We'll do horror. It's going to be horror movie trivia. I'm going to try and pick easy ones because this is some hard questions.
When I was stationed in Fort Polk, Louisiana, we were on maneuvers, and we had our guard duty. We had guard duty. At about, my shift was like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm out there.
What's up, Joe?
And all of a sudden, in the distance, I say about 200 meters, 300 meters, I heard the loudest roar, screaming like a woman being murdered, squeal, moan. I mean, and it lasted for like 30 seconds. And I'm like, oh my God. And a buddy of mine, he was at another perimeter, he came by, he heard it, and he tells me, I was like, what the fuck was that? I'm a city boy. I don't know anything about woods like that. He comes up to me, he's Cajun. He says, boy, those are the wood people, wood boogers. Yeah. If you don't bother them, they don't bother you. And I'm like, oh my God.
And Tommy Hall says, I've seen Bigfoot. It's my ex-mother-in-law. Yeah.
No, I live in the Pacific Northwest, and I talk to a lot of loggers out here, and And I talked to a lot of people in BC, British Columbia, and they swear by it. I think they're crazy because we've never found bones or anything like that. And
But I'll tell you what, Bob.
They say they could be aliens that could transform. I don't know, but these
Bobby,
they swear by Bigfoot. I swear
Bobby,
to God.
I can tell you. I can tell you for a fact. If you go on a YouTube channel, Steven Style, How to Hunt, he has people from all over the world telling their accounts. Not everyone could be wrong. You'll like it.
Yeah, I'm open to anything at this point, being that, like I said, I'm on
Vinny
the dark
Higgins
side.
says the Jersey Devil. Again, there's stories.
Yeah, the Jersey Devil. Mother Reed. That was Mother Reed.
Like where I'm at here, I'm not far from. I live in the Pine Barrens, so
a half hour from Atlantic City.
Yeah, I'm a half hour from AC. I'm about 20 minutes from Batstow. Have you ever?
Yeah.
So I'm out. It doesn't take me long to get lost in the woods. Let's put it that way.
Pine Barrens, you get lost easy.
Yeah. So you lose sense of direction like the deeper you go. I remember taking my kids out. What's nice is you don't have like in the chat like Stacy Flowers and Mountain. What's up, brother? Mountain Lion. Random Anton says we don't have to worry about any of that here. We just got to worry about just the crazy people. Or people going crazy. I remember camping when I was young. My uncle, who was, I've brought him up before. He was a badass in the military. So my mother, don't ask. I guess she knew that he was a badass. He was a Navy SEAL. Let's just be honest. So we would go out in the middle of the woods. We would go, quote unquote, camping, right? But it wasn't camping. You were literally going out with a tent and a few things. With blankets, we would go out in a no lie, and guns. Sorry, but we would have guns.
In the sticks.
We would go out in the sticks. We would have blankets in a foot of snow. I remember one time we were out in a snow blizzard in the woods, camping in a little tent, but we had blankets, we had sterno, we were warm, we were playing cards. It was a beautiful thing, but we heard the most like craziest shit out in the middle of nowhere. And is it animals? I don't know what it was, but thank God we had the guns, because there was a couple times he had to get out and just make sure everything. He was like, because he heard it too. We were like, what are we hearing? And it's not like there's these mountain lions. We don't. It's New Jersey.
Random Nation has an answer for everything all night. He knows everything. Wait till something happens to you, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, West Virginia country boy.
Be a keyboard warrior on the chat.
He seems like a cool dude, though. Oh, but he's saying the mountain lion. I got what you're saying. Yeah,
I know, but he's all night.
But he loves. He loves all the content. West Virginia, a country boy. Thank you.
Something happens to you, and it will in your lifetime. Trust me, it will.
Well,
it happens,
but Bobby, you got to be able to be. Here's the deal.
I don't care if people think I'm crazy. I don't care.
Nobody thinks you're crazy, brother.
You're not crazy, Bobby.
I've experienced UFO. I got UFO stories for another
Same
night.
here, Bobby.
Oh, dude.
Bobby, here's the deal.
I believe you, dude. I know you're not
Bobby,
but I've seen
here's the
shit
deal.
too, so it's like
it's happening. It's whether some people are just oblivious and put the blinders.
Who's
not
that one guy that just knows everything,
Fisher's
Bobby
screams
refuses-
are eerie.
Hey, it's like the geoengineering that goes on outside. People don't want to admit it, but it's right in your
he's
face.
just saying mountain lions sound like a woman screaming, but where I live, there are no mountain lions. So
Mountain lions go war
screaming.
for 30 to 30 seconds.
He's saying he's cool. He's just throwing out. I like that. He's throwing out options so we can. That's the idea.
I agree with him as well, but trust me.
No. I think we all know, Bobby, you know as well as I do, that people go through life with blinders on. Why do you think that kids are the ones that see apparitions and ghosts and mommy, did you see that? Did you see the little, who you talking to? Oh, the little
The
girl
system
over there.
has you so busy.
Why?
Exactly.
Because they haven't built the blinders
Come on,
up.
Nation, and tell your story. Let's go. He said he's seen some stuff.
Get in
Go
here,
ahead,
bro.
say it. Get in here, bro.
Well, he said he saw that light when he was with his grandfather.
Hold up. I would put the link
Yeah.
in the chat, but then I'll have a guy trying to stick his hand where the sun don't shine.
Yeah,
and I'm not going
I
to
heard
do it.
about that. It's pretty.
I'm not going to do it. If it's a woman,
that's a scary story in itself.
Yeah, that right there was a horror story. And and then he had the wherewithal to change his name to Oscar Perini and come back in with his hand still. It was absolutely disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Mark was thinking. Oh, wait, no. Just joking. Mark called me today. He's like, "Oh yeah, you want to go to the draft? I found a house." I'm like, "Yeah, you know." And he's like, we just got to find 6 people." I'm like, "Give me a break. Nobody think it could be 6 people wanting to pay that kind of money." So I mean, so we may go to the draft, but it may just be me and Mark. Oh God! But all right, let's start it. Let's start. What? I mean, listen, we could tell stories around it. I don't know how we're going to do this.
I got a good trivia question after you get done.
Well, there's no. Go ahead, just say it. Start it off. Lead it off.
Oh, okay. There was a prop.
I'm going to tally everybody in here.
Okay. There was a prop in Jaws that was used in the Deep Blue Sea. Can you tell me what it was?
And don't Google it. This is for the people in the Zoom call. There was a prop in the movie Deep Blue Sea that was used in Jaws, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think it was his homage to Jaws.
I don't know, Shark Tale.
I would say
no.
I would say if I'm using my mind, it would have to be like a body
it's
part
not the orca.
or something. What
No.
was it?
A vehicle from the boneyard?
The orca?
Well, go ahead, Howard.
Oh, it's stupid.
Okay, it was the license plate.
Ah!
Remember, he got the license. It was the exact same license plate because I looked up.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I should have known that, man. I saw the movies. Good one, Allie.
Yeah, that is a good one. That is a good one. All right, I'm going to start out with the first one. I'm going to try and get the easy ones. This is very, very hard. These questions. Let me see here. All right, we'll start out with this one. This is not too hard. In The Silence of the Lambs in 1991.
Only the chat?
No, for you guys. Anybody in the chat could say it, but I'm talking to the Zoom crew here. In The Silence of the Lambs, with what kind of beans does Hannibal Lecter say he ate the liver?
Fava beans. Fava beans.
Fava?
Lima beans.
I thought I said lima beans too, but maybe
Fava. F-A-V-A.
Hallie gets a point. It's fava. Fava beans.
Fava.
Okay.
Fava beans. Yeah, you're right.
Remember, he goes.
Shame on you, Chris.
All right, let's see.
I'll let her win.
You're a chef.
We're just having fun here.
I'm not actually.
Yeah, he's a pizza chef.
He's a connoisseur.
All right, here we go. Here's one here for anybody that knows it. There you go, Farva. That's it. Rod Farva.
Liter of Coke. I want a liter of Coke. I want a large.
Oh no, Brett! He ate Brett.
What horror legend? What horror legend played Samson Dunstan in the opening scene of Hatchet in 2006? What horror legend played Samson Dunstan in the opening scene of Hatcher?
Couldn't tell you. I was blind.
Not Bela Lugosi, was it?
No, he died a long time ago.
Was he dead? Okay. Vincent Price?
Paul Walker. I don't know.
Well, 2006 would be another movie.
Oh, 2006 is another clue.
It was Robert Englund, better known as Freddy Krueger.
Oh, Freddy Krueger.
Krueger.
Yeah, I'm trying to find some ones. This is the a Trivial Pursuit. So you know it's some really tough ones.
I love Trivial Pursuit.
I don't know if anybody knows this movie. I know it. The movie's Shivers in 1975,
Ooh.
and the Brood in 1979
Ooh.
were influences on James Gunn when making what 2006 movie? And this was a pretty scary movie, if you ask me.
Saul?
Hear no evil, see no evil. The one
Anybody?
with Kane. I don't know.
Anybody in the chat?
Mm-mm.
The answer
Not me.
is Slither. Slither. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw Slither. It was actually pretty nasty.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's see
I'm
here.
not listening.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're really there's some hard ones here.
Your test.
Anything scientific or
Yeah.
music?
Well, these are all horror, so
It is Halloween after all.
all right. Well, this is
there
kind
is
of
some
a
header Halloween.
all right.
Give us a game time if we can't get it before you.
What's that?
Give us a hint.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, if I know it, that's the thing. These are hard.
You're done too.
Yeah, well, no, go ahead. You do it while you find a good one.
So I'm not gonna give the name of the show because that'll give it away. But he played the younger brother of George Clooney in this horror movie. And
Dusk till dawn.
Yep, Jesse got it. Who was it?
Tarantino.
Yeah.
Tarantino, I was gonna say, yeah, the director.
All right, I got a harder one. Who directed Nightbreed?
George Romero.
Nightbreed. He also directed
I've seen the movie, but
Hellraiser.
What years were those?
Clive.
That
was Clive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Clive Barker.
All right, this is kind of. I mean, I don't know if you guys can get it.
Two.
The Mist in 2007 was based on what
Stephen A. King.
novel of the same name by what author?
Stephen King.
Stephen King. You said Stephen A. King. Like
No,
Stephen A. King. That was funny.
The end of that movie really got me. That was insane.
Yeah, The Mist. No, that's
been years since I've seen that.
The short stories. I remember reading the short stories in there. The one with the I Am the Door with the guy with the eyeballs. Ugh.
All right, I saw this movie, so it may be something that you guys know in the chat. What 2008 J.J. Abrams produced film was filmed using all handheld camera footage?
That when they were on a bridge, it destroyed the bridge.
The Word Blitz Project.
Cloverfield.
Cloverfield. Bim. Halle Pierce. She's on a roll here. Good job. Cloverfield is correct.
I thought it was Blair Witch.
Blair Witch was too, yes. And that was filmed not far from me.
You know how much money they spent on that Blair Witch movie?
Not much.
30,000? 30,000?
Nah, more than that.
$1 million.
No.
Yeah, $1
million.
million.
Oh.
But I mean, that's in the grand scheme, that's not a lot.
For a
Sorry,
horse,
these
it
are
was-
very.
it
I
was-
don't normally wear glasses, but I do have reading glasses, and I
They always
hardly
have
ever
lower
use them.
budgets.
But these cards,
I got them.
they write so damn small that I can't read it. So, all right, I'm gonna read a couple questions off of this card here. The director of The Descent in 2005 was nominated for an Emmy Award for his directing work on what HBO series?
Supernatural?
No, it's
Supernatural.
I mean, I'll give you a hint. It's the series is not anything to do with the supernatural, but just think of big HBO series.
Game of Thrones.
Bingo, Bobby.
Got
Thrones.
me. I thought it was that one.
All right, next one off of this card. What film was the first collaboration between writer-director M. Night Shyamalan and actor Bruce Willis? What film was the first?
Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense.
Jesse with the answer. Sixth Sense is it. I really liked Shattered.
Oh, it was great. No, the Sixth Sense was good though, Brian. Because I remember yelling at the movie at the end of the movie.
And a lot of it's Philly because M. Night lives outside of Philly. He's a Philly guy.
I see dead people.
Yeah, right.
But the ending was so cool. Oh my God, he's dead! Everybody looked at me like, what the hell?
All right, here we go. Anybody did everybody see the movie The Fly?
Yep.
The
which one? The original?
Is this the original or the?
No, the what's his name? What was his name?
Oh, he was in Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. This is from The Fly. What was the tagline for The Fly in 1986? Was also spoken in the film by Veronica as a warning to the girl Seth brings back from the bar.
Be afraid, be very afraid.
Bang. Wow. Hallie's on a roll. She's a very good. Be afraid. Be very afraid. All right. This one here should be, this is probably, somebody should get this. When Psycho in 1960 was released, who demanded theaters have a no late admission policy for the film?
Al Bundy.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Alfred Hitchcock is correct.
Yep. Got it.
Sorry.
Al Bundy.
Yeah.
Al Bundy. Hey, because you were selling shoes. You're selling shoes.
Oh.
All right.
What part in Psycho did Alfred Hitchcock make a little cameo appearance on there?
Ooh.
Was he at the bank?
He was, where they were signing the contract. He was standing outside the window.
Where was
one of the guys standing outside the window?
Filmed at? In the downtown scene, where was Psycho filmed at? You guys know that?
Now you got me on that one.
Downtown Phoenix, Arizona.
Really? I did not know that. I did not know that. That's
I know a lot of films that were like filmed in my hometown of Tucson.
Next question.
Just one of the guys. That was a good one.
The two detectives in the movie Seven, 1985, are played by Brad Pitt and what other actor?
Morgan Freeman.
Yep.
Bang, bang, bang.
You got me, Hallie. I was about to say it.
What's in the box? What's in the box? Remember that?
Her head.
Yeah.
Her head.
Yeah, no bullshit. She's dead for it. That's fine.
All right, I never saw this movie, but I'm sure some of you have. What actress portrayed protagonist Grace Stewart in the movie The Others in 2001?
Nicole Kidman.
That's Loyal Cowboy on the board.
Hey!
Loyal.
I got a second before you, Jesse.
Yes, he did.
Damn it, you! Damn it, you!
Very good, Loyal Cowboy. Very good. I'm sure you guys could. Oh, well, that one's a 50-50, I guess.
I'll tell you one other about an Alfred Hitchcock. What is Alfred Hitchcock? What did he not have that we all had? All have. And I'll be a hint. It's a body part.
Penis?
A second nipple? A third nipple?
Thumb.
A third nipple?
I mean, he didn't have it.
Oh.
Pinky? Thumb? Toe?
Leg?
Belly button. He didn't have a belly button.
Oh, never.
Well, that explains a lot.
He was never born? Huh.
That explains a lot.
All right, well, this is a funny one for all my Eagle fans. The answer is not. This is a hint what the actual answer is. The answer is not your head football coach. So it's not Dracula, but it's on the same lines. Okay. What is the nickname Martin Matthias is given by the disc jockey in Martin in 1978?
Say that again.
Yeah, I gotta. What is the nickname Martin Matthias is given by the disc jockey in Martin, the movie, in 1978?
I've never seen it.
It's called The Count. I was just trying to be funny with Nick Sirianni. Yeah. Let's see here.
Dracula?
This is not horror, but this is a movie. I want to is this a famous group. He was the lead singer of this group, and he made a cameo appearance in Back to the Future. Who was that person?
Huey Lewis.
Huey Lewis, yeah, man. What
Oh,
song was it? The power of love.
I like
Ollie is
Huey
awesome.
Lewis. Huey Lewis is the man.
That keyboard part makes that song.
I think he still tours, does he?
I think.
I'm sure he
I don't know.
does.
Probably. Wouldn't doubt it.
I like that movie. I know it's a little odd, but it's with him, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Paul Giamatti when they meet up at a karaoke contest. Yeah, you never saw that movie.
This is the 50th year of the anniversary, right?
Okay.
Well, this is going to be the 75th year of Godzilla.
I need to find like I got Back to the Future, Indiana Jones series, man. I need to go back and watch that again.
Oh, you got to watch that, brother.
Well, I've seen it. I've seen them all, but I'd like to see them by eyes now that I have, That's one thing.
Yep.
Some of those movies I haven't seen in so long, dude. I couldn't tell you what half the shit was.
Yeah.
It's like going back and seeing Terminator again. That was cool. I saw that.
Oh,
the first one with
I saw
my
it.
dad in '85.
I saw it at the movie theater, boy. That was the blockbuster of the
Drive-in
summer.
theater. Hell yeah. I was 6 years old.
That was the sleeper. That was the sleeper of the summer.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So this is for all you. This is for all you It fans. What comedian starred in the original It series?
Oh,
What was
He was
it?
a kid.
Tim Curry. Oh, well, it was.
yep.
No, not Tim Curry.
Okay, I'm trying to remember.
Kid. He was one of the kids.
I can't hear your mic, Loyal, since you switched.
It cuts in and out.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I said in the movie It, the original one, what comedian played one of the kids in the first one, It Part 1?
Corey Feldman.
I was gonna say Sam Kinison.
He also
Corey Feldman was in.
He wrote Robot Chicken.
Oh, Seth Green.
Yep.
Yeah, Corey Feldman was in Lost Boys.
Yeah, that was a good movie too.
Yeah, Seth Green played the young comedian guy, whatever his name was, the one that.
Hey, I got one for you guys. Yeah, I got one for you guys. What horror movie had a famous quote? "Time to play."
Time to play.
Chucky. What was it? Child's Play.
Nope.
Wanna play?
Thank you. Hellraiser.
What?
Hellraiser.
Oh yeah.
Time to play.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Oh, okay. I got it mixed
I got
up
a
with Do You
question
Wanna
for
Play?
you. This is an easy one. What Halloween, 1978 Halloween actress played the protagonist Elena in Terror Train in 1980?
Yeah, Fondo. Well, no, Jamie Lee Curtis.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Him and Jess took the words on him.
All
Hey,
right,
that's payback.
there's
There's
another
payback,
one
Laurel.
on here. There's
All
another one on
right,
here.
I got 0 points still.
Here's another one. What is the more famous alias of Thomas Hewitt in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003?
Leatherface.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right.
Damn it.
There you go. Here's one. This is, I don't know this one, but you guys might. What 80s horror film did director Fade Alvarez remake prior to making Don't Breathe in 2016?
Friday the 13th.
Mm-mm. The
House on Haunted
the
Hill?
evil dead.
Within.
Evil Dead.
Oh, the Evil Dead. That was Evil
Dead.
Thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know that movie. It's cool.
Okay.
Though.
In this movie, if you get it wet and feed it after midnight, you might get
Gremlins.
There you go.
All right, here
One of my
we go.
favorites. Who is the main gremlin's name?
Gizmo.
Stripe.
Spike. The main gremlin.
Stripe.
Yeah.
No, it's Stripe.
Well, Gizmo was a gremlin. He
Not
could
Spike,
pick-
it's Stripe.
Oh, well.
Gotcha.
Magua. Yeah.
You mean the evil gremlin is what you were talking about?
Yeah. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
It was
I
Stripe.
like it, I
and-
just saw a good play. So thanks.
Okay. On that note, who did the voice for Gizmo?
Frank
Howie
Oz.
Mandel.
How
That
got
might be it.
Wow, Howie's on a roll.
Wow.
Yeah, he had that one show, Bobby's World.
How many Nightmare on Elm Street movies did they make?
Too many.
I lost count.
Need harder questions.
I think around there.
Let me ask this
Oh,
one.
Nightmare on Elm Street, Krueger ones.
I don't know, probably 6. I don't know.
Well, there's Freddy versus Jason, so you have to count.
Yeah, I was
that
about to
one.
say.
But you don't count. But you don't count the TV series too.
Yeah, there's quite a bit.
Looks like the Ravens
Okay.
get ready to score again. First down inside the 5.
Said the Raven, nevermore.
And Trick or Treat in 2007, the group of 4 women are revealed to be what type of monsters? Witches, vampires, werewolves, or
Witches.
zombies?
Werewolves.
Witches.
Chris, what did you say?
Witches.
Yeah, it's werewolves.
Okay.
Yep. God, that was me.
Jesse's on a
werewolves.
roll, man. Jesse's hot.
Have you guys ever seen the original Trick or Treat movie with Ozzy?
Yep. Yep, that was with the guy with the he sacrificed because his rock god, alleged rock god, died. He brought him back.
Yeah, it had Gene Simmons in it, and Ozzy.
Yeah, and then the one part, and it's the girls on the headphones, and he goes, "Cheap thrill."
Yeah, that was an awesome movie.
That's the crazy one when the one guy that the chick was boffing that he used the rubber band.
And then
It takes place.
he got the guy in the metal shop, and he's like, "Metal
Oh,
machine,
critters, man.
6'6".
Yep.
This is kind of an easy question, but I'll say it anyways.
Touchdown.
What famous singer starred in Interview with the Vampire?
I don't know, the
And-
Doors, Jim Morrison.
What was it? Whoa! I couldn't get it. What'd you say
No,
again?
never mind. It wasn't Interview with the Vampire. I'm thinking. What's the name of that movie?
What?
Touchdown Ravens.
It was that one guy from that one movie.
No, that wasn't my question. That wasn't. What was the name of that damn movie?
Don't
Never mind. It had
belay
Aaliyah.
that order. Belay that order.
That's the one I was going to say, Aaliyah, but she wasn't in Interview with the Vampire. She was like the
Oh, Queen of the
Queen of the Damned.
yeah, Queen of the Damned.
Mm.
Who was the and Queen and Interview with the Vampire? Who was the girl? The little girl.
chick off of Spider-Man. The one that played, the
Also,
one that played Peter Parker's girlfriend in Spider-Man.
and also,
Okay.
She was in Terminator.
no, that was Sarah Connor.
Linda Hamilton?
Sarah Connor.
Lewis Hamilton.
Are
Where you guys
Sarah
from?
Connor?
I know she played the girlfriend in Spider-Man. I do know that.
I was like, Linda Hamilton was married to James Cameron, if I believe it, right?
What else was it, Jesse?
Now you got me forgetting. Now that made me forget. Shit.
Little girl off Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
I'm gonna go aggravate Mark real quick for the rest of the half.
All right. See you.
Catch you guys later.
All right.
Bye, Chris.
But anyway, that's that's about it, I guess.
Okay, game time. I just had a crazy story just now.
Yeah, go ahead, get to it.
So I've been drinking maybe 3-4 beers, okay? And I got my wife set up.
I'll drink to that.
She's got GBS, you know this.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's in like 3 rooms down. I got a pretty big house. And I just heard her say, "Bob, get in here." And so I get up. You see me get up just a minute ago. I ran in.
Yeah, I saw that.
like, what's going on? And she's like, nothing. I'm like, you just didn't call me? She's like, no, I just been sitting in here watching TV. I'm like, okay, so I don't know what the hell that was about.
Yeah, that's weird. There you go. There you go. They're making
Maybe she was messing with you. Maybe she heard you in there telling stories and she just was
Oh, my
listening.
wife
No, I
popped
told
over.
her I was
She
gonna
was
be
trying to
on
play
here.
it off like, I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Hey guys, my wife popped in when I told her about the ghost story, the ghost here. She looked at me like this. Tell him I say hi, and that's true.
That is
She
you
thinks
about
she's
to make it
crazy.
back to
right now.
Philadelphia,
I just
Leo?
went in there and I was like, are you sure you didn't call me? She's like, no, I promise you. Okay.
Walker.
Walker Wade.
I
Hey,
know he's got to
Wade's
hurt
gotta
something.
have some stories from Texas.
Oh yeah, he's a trucker. He's a trucker. He knows he must have had some weird ones.
No, I didn't have too many beers, bro. I'm an Irishman. I can drink my
I got the
stuff.
liquid gold right
Hey
here.
Bobby, I'll drink to
Drinking
that.
coffee. Where you at a diner?
The Waffle House.
Cheers.
Waffle House, baby. Yeah.
You still working? Or you headed home or what?
No, I'm home.
Okay.
I just felt like a waffle.
Hey Walker, you ever had any stories of you driving trucks at night? Weird ones?
You told the story about Large Marge, huh?
Oh God.
I love that story.
Oh,
Large,
God, the beast.
Large Marge sent me.
The beast that would not die.
I remember one time I was driving to Houston like at 2 a.m. On 45 from Dallas, and I was like in the right lane, and I was like in the middle lane, just like cruising, and I just seen some headlights like coming my direction. I was like, "What the hell?" And there was a pickup truck in the left lane, like, and we crossed each other on the interstate like two ships in the night. I mean, like literally on the same side of the interstate.
Wow.
And that could have been a head-on collision, but literally it was just, that was one of the weirdest things that happened.
Yeah, there was just
Happened to
two
me.
people who died on the New Jersey Turnpike. There was three teenagers died because another car was on the other side of the road coming down the New Jersey Turnpike.
Just like the dreaded, Brian, just like the
55.
dreaded Route 66.
Yeah.
The Route 66.
Yeah, it's just.
So what was it, Wade? Did the lights go away or what happened?
Wade, there's a lot of noise where you're at.
Yep.
What are you at the Waffle House?
Yeah, I'm at the Waffle
Oh,
House.
I thought you said you were at your house. I'm like,
Oh man, look.
Well,
Damn.
technically it is.
let me see the waffle.
The
Oh,
waffle
there you
right
go.
here.
There you go. Look at that.
All the traveling you do, Wade, you don't have any stories? Come on, bro.
You know what? Hey, my uncle Bill, he's been driving over the road for over 50 years since the 70s. And
I
I
can imagine.
asked him, he's one of those road warriors. I asked him flat out, did you ever see any aliens or any like UFOs or any like Bigfoot, like anything? He said he never saw anything in over 50 years.
Wow.
Which
Just happened.
was like which was surprising to me. He said he's seen a lot of weird things, but he never saw any UFOs or Bigfoot or anything like that. So
True story. This is gonna sound funny to y'all.
he's got 6 million miles under his belt.
Jesus.
Damn.
I was 16 years old when I got my first job. I was catching the bus to work, and I was sitting at the bus stop, and I seen this dude driving around. He had a cone head, and he turned and looked at me, and he turned the other way. True story.
Ooh.
Damn.
But he also got the.
Maybe
It's
it was-
around here too, Brian.
Maybe it was Dan Aykroyd just getting done filming.
Yeah. We're from France. We're from France.
I don't know if he had like a deformity or something, but
Northern Lights in the sky. There, I got some Northern.
I did
Lights
know a
for you.
guy that it was a disease a guy had here. He had a waterhead. I mean,
Oh
see-
yeah.
you ever seen the Never Ending Story?
Yeah, a long
Yep.
time ago. Yeah.
You know those things. I mean, when I first seen it, it wasn't funny, but when I first seen it, I just bursted out laughing because I don't know, it wasn't funny, but it was like one of those things. It was like unreal. You know what I mean?
Steak and shake. Come on, Tommy. I love a good steak and
Waterhead.
shake.
I was like, oh my god.
Oh, crazy.
He never saw the black dog while trucking. Yeah, the black dog, John Hammond. Did you ever see the black dog?
That was a good movie. Patrick Swayze.
Yeah. You never saw the black dog with
Randy.
Usually the people that drive across the country see the black dog. You know,
there's a lot of people that seen that. There's a lot of people that I've talked to, and they say they see the black-eyed children.
Mm.
You know, a movie that
my
scared me
grandma.
when I was a kid. My brother used to always mess with me about it. Was that movie Troll?
Ooh.
It was like it was a weird sci. It was kind of like a sci-fi movie, but it scared the shit out of me when I was little because the troll had this like ring that it had like a pin in it. So if he stuck you with it, you turn into a troll.
You guys remember that movie, that Karen black and white movie with the doll running around? That was freaky. You remember that, Hallie?
That was
scary.
It was the trio of terror.
Yeah.
Those 3 different movies. That he was he who kills.
The movie that freaked me out when I was little was The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. That movie.
Yeah, that head that turned into a spider. Oh
yeah, the alien movie. That movie freaked me out.
I had a model of The Thing. I don't know where the fuck I put it.
You know that and Tremors. I was like petrified.
Oh, I love
Tremors. Hilarious.
I'll tell you one movie that picked me up was the Ghoulies. You remember the Ghoulies?
Yep.
Yes.
Remember that guy was sat down, he took a shit, and that little freaking thing bit him in the ass. That was
Yeah, I'm on a mission to destroy all dolls and robots. They're all dolls and robots come across my path.
Yeah, that's what it's called. A trilogy of terror, Zuni doll.
I've seen some weird movies.
There it is, right here.
Yep.
Look at this fucking doll.
You guys ever seen Sleepaway Camp? That was a weird movie. The ending, oh my god, that was
what movie, Loyal?
Sleepaway Camp.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Oh, it had a weird ending.
Is that a Traumaville movie?
No, so it's about there's these 2 kids
from the Toxic Avenger. Is that Joe?
Toxic Avenger is a classic.
That's not Joe Boo.
There was a girl.
This looks like Joe Boo, though. I tell you.
It's Joe Boo.
So there's these kids. These kids went to this camp, and there's this girl going around.
Look at Joe Boo.
Hey,
so
Brian,
that's the doll I remember from that movie.
Brian, send that to Mark. Say, hey, we found Joe Boo's dad.
Look at that, real quick. Loyal, that's Joe Boo. Look at that.
Somebody pissed off Joe Boo.
Joe Boo's pissed. Look at that damn
Joe Boo
thing.
wants the Super Bowl.
That does look like Joe Boo.
That's Joe Boo on crack.
Super Bowl look.
Look at that. That's the movie. Nice crotch shot, but other than that, look at this thing.
Wasn't that Puppet Master?
You know what's fucked me up with that movie there?
Hey,
Brian, you know what fucked Brian? That fucked up. Yeah, the fucked up of that movie at the end when she has the teeth come out. Like, ooh.
Look at that thing. Look at that thing.
That thing.
Get her, Joe Boo.
That's what we need to do. Maybe if we do that to Joe Boo, we might actually win something.
I'll tell you a movie used to crack me up. That was supposed to be scary, but it was funny to me. It was Leprechaun.
That was hilarious. He was getting high with the guys.
I'll tell you the one that really cracked me up was the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That was hilarious.
That's what
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Go too far, and they make like part 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those are the greatest. You know, the original one, and then
she teared that doll up.
Yes, she did.
Leprechaun in the hood, and that was good stuff.
You guys remember, like Karen Black used to freak me out when I was a kid. Do you remember?
She's a freaky.
Do you remember that movie Burnt Offerings?
Oh yeah,
Burnt Offerings. It was called.
With the three little demons.
Yeah, but I watch a lot of like filming locations. That was in California. I actually was watching one of them where they went. Remember the in-ground pool in Burnt Offerings? Remember he was swimming and the pool turned black. They actually like the in-ground pool.
Look that up, Random Nation. Karen Black. I don't know that one.
The Yeah,
Oh,
the
you gotta see
pool is
that one.
still
You'd be
there.
like,
It's all
oh.
run down, but it's still there. It's crazy. It's at some house. Let me look it up. Where was Burnt Offerings
Hey,
filmed?
Brian, you know what Jaws was based off of? About that, it's here in Jersey, when that's
Oh yeah,
1918
up north in the
up north in the river.
Yeah.
And actually, that was a bull shark that did that, not a
That
great
was a bull
white.
shark.
The Dunsimer House. This is the actual place of Burnt Offerings. That's crazy.
That was a crazy movie.
Yeah, it was. I'm looking at it.
You know
It's
what
in
my-
Oakland, California. It's in Oakland, California. You can actually
You
tour
know
it
what my
today.
dream is, guys?
What's that?
If I ever had money, I would want to open a haunted house combined with a bar and a stage with rock shows or whatever kind, rap, whatever, just music, and then have like paintball where zombies are outside, and you have to
Oh,
be a
shit.
zombie.
Touchdown Ravens.
That
You
sounds
have
cool.
to be a zombie before you can even enter the establishment to get shot from outside with like paintballs. And then once you get like that accomplished, you can get inside and be a haunting cast member, or you could shoot the zombies, So
Yeah,
like a bar.
Hey Jesse,
haunted
look at
house,
this. This is
let
the
me see.
cookout,
Ooh,
just for the Halloween
watch it
time,
for a
and I
minute.
wouldn't care if it made money on the rest of the season. It wouldn't matter because it would be mine,
give me a sec, cause I'm watching it on the TV. It'll pop
Yeah.
up.
Well, this is where they filmed. It's called the Dunsimer House in Oakland. This is from a couple
Oh, I
years.
see it now.
This is from a couple years ago. This is where they filmed Burnt Offering. This is look, like you see the pool back in the day. Remember it turned black?
Yeah.
That's the pool, and you'll see it in a second.
I'm not straggling anybody dirty.
But
Boy,
they actually show the pool now. Let me see if I can fast forward it.
Boyle,
Look.
you said you're going, you
There
dressing
you
up
go.
like you're in the 70s, right? For Halloween?
Wow.
Look
What's
at
that?
the pool now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Yeah, that's crazy. That gives
Here,
me the willies.
That's
I got the car you could ride in.
That gives me the willies, bro.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's nice.
I love
That
those
Cadillac?
nut huggers. I used to have those.
Hey, Ice. There's a show I watched. I can't think of the name of it, but
That's
it
wow,
kind of scared
Brian.
me because it was actually based off of
Fucking
real.
deer? Really? A deer?
But that's that movie, man. That's how it's still there to this day. That's what it looks like, though.
And the
Anyway,
deer's jumping out and running around.
Anyway, go ahead.
Maybe y'all
Loyal.
can help me out.
Yes, going doodly doodly
There's
doodly
a show. There was a
down the
show.
lane.
It had a bunch of real life stuff on it, so they said. But then I found out later on it was all staged. But they showed like people getting electrocuted, and then there was a guy.
Oh, the faces of Death.
Faces of fear, faces of death.
Faces of death. Yeah,
those actually scared me, man. But then I found out they weren't real. Oh, damn.
Yeah,
really
them eating the body.
Or the monkeys, the monkey brains.
Yeah, the monkey brains.
And the guy jumped in the pool, and the land there with the alligators, and they ate them. And
My grandma told me some scary stories they went through back in the 1930s.
Go ahead.
They were like migrant workers, like going to different farms, like
yeah, go ahead, Walker. Go ahead.
My grandma told me that they were, back in the 30s and 40s, they would migrate to different farms and, harvest the crops or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And her and my grandfather and, a few of my aunts and uncles, they were alive then. They went to one farm, she was saying, and they were there for like a few nights. And she said that she took a walk like down the road, kind of by the creek by the farm, and she said she seen like about 40 or 50 cars pushed off into the river there, and they were like still new, like they weren't old. Like it was almost like she had this feeling like those people there that ran that farm had been killing the people that had been picking their crops and throwing their cars into the ditch there into the creek. And she said that night she told my grandfather about it. They literally packed up everything and they left.
That's crazy.
She just had like a bad feeling. You know, you never know. But you know,
Trust
that
your
would
feelings.
that would have freaked me out. I'd have had big questions.
I wonder if
I
that's
said,
where the Motel Hell was taken
oh
from.
no, or even Holly, the hills have eyes.
Oh, Hills Have Eyes. Now, wasn't Motel Hell? What was? Oh, it's fritters. You didn't want to be a fritter.
A
You made
fritter,
it to
huh?
a fritter.
You
Yeah.
know what freaked me out the most is when I first saw somebody die. It's like, okay, the party's over. You know what I mean? I know
Yeah,
I'm
I've seen
gonna
that.
die.
I've seen plenty of that working.
There's a movie that freaked me out that came out. It wasn't so much scary. It was just really gory. It was called The Green Inferno. You guys ever seen that?
No, I never seen that one. You got me on that one.
So it's basically there's these college students go over to this other country and they go out in the middle of nowhere and there's this tribe of people and they freaking eat them, man. It's freaking crazy. Like one chick, the main chick, she comes up and there's this fat dude that's in there and he thinks they're because he was a fat brother. They thought that they was being nice to him, but they weren't. As soon as he got up there, the leader chick took his eye, ripped his eye out, and ate his eye, and then they threw him in a smoker, man. It was freaking gory, man. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
it's a movie about cannibals. It's like a tribal movie.
Thanks, Randy. Appreciate you, brother. We're gonna wrap it up right now. I know people are
That's a freaky
tired
movie.
of.
Oh, I was going to ask,
No, go
where
ahead.
was that road? It was a road you can get on there, stop, put your car in neutral. It looks like
I
it's
know what you're talking
uphill.
about. Yeah.
It looks like it's uphill, but it'll start moving.
And it has fingers in the back of the seat, because they're
Yes.
pushing over the train.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember where
that's
it's
a
at, and I
gravity
can't
thing.
think where it's at.
I thought
I
it was
think that's a
Jersey.
gravity thing.
What's
It
that one
was a
movie?
gravity-
Remember the guy? What's the guy that played the main guy in Jurassic Park? Maze of Madness or something. Came out in the 90s.
He played, yeah, Matt. It was In the Mouth of Madness, and he also
Yeah,
was
that movie was freaky.
And he also was Damien, Damien when he became a man.
Yeah,
became
Mouth
predator.
of Madness. That
Mouth
movie
of Madness
was
was great.
That's a
Hey,
crazy movie right
that
there.
Mouth of Madness, those creatures were based on the Cthulhu mythos.
Yeah, they're running in that like corridor. I don't know. That movie freaked me out.
That was a crazy movie. Hey, who won the trivia? Hey, Fred, who won the trivia?
Nobody's seeing nothing, but you're still freaked out. I like it. You believe.
What's that saying from X-File?
Do I believe?
Yes.
I want to believe.
Oh, I mean, you know, dude, I've been. I mean, look, everyone knows. Well, Brian knows I'm big into heavy metal, and dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, I've been to some of the most brutal, like, I ain't gonna lie, you know, satanic heavy metal shows. I've seen some pretty crazy shit.
I love my mosh pits there, Walker. I remember back in the day.
And I'm gonna say,
go ahead.
Okay, no, go ahead, Brian.
No, that's good. Go ahead.
No, I just, I mean, I've never had a bad feeling or eerie feeling or anything like that. I mean, I've never really, I mean, I've walked, I'm not like afraid of the dark or anything. Like I could walk down like a country road in the middle of the night. I mean, I don't really get scared or anything. I've not, like, to be honest, I've never experienced anything that was like out of the ordinary or like couldn't be explained. Not saying it's not going to happen.
No, yeah.
But
you travel a lot there, Walker. You're bound to hit.
I've been to 48 states. I've been to some of the most, like, I've been to every city in the state of Texas.
Route 666. Route 666 there, Walker.
Now, I'm not even gonna lie. There's some buildings that I've seen that I would not probably go in that looked very eerie, like the Baker's Hotel in Mineral Wells. I wouldn't go in that place. That place looks freaky.
Oh, we were talking about the Stanley Hotel in Colorado, where they.
Oh, speaking of Stanley's Hotel, I was going to tell you, I forgot to mention that Sasquatch was sighted around that area.
Yeah.
Like, I've been to like graveyards, like supposedly haunted graveyards, like at 3. It was about like, I think it was like February this year. Me and my cousin were like in the middle of West Texas, like 3 in the morning at some like historic haunted cemetery in the middle of the night. And you know me, I'm over here, Brian. I'm like about 18 pack in a beer. I'm over here in the middle of the cemetery. Bring it on. Where are the demons at? Where are the ghosts at? Come out.
Meanwhile, they're tapping you on the shoulder, but you're so hammered you can't feel
You're
it.
right here.
Yeah.
They're doing they're doing like
the
Batman.
bottom
Right
line
here.
is, Wade, what I'm asking you is, do you believe?
Do I believe in like the spiritual realm? Oh yeah.
CZ has a question for Wade.
Yeah.
He goes,
Okay,
"You
that's all I
ever
needed to
like
know.
like 2 hours into a Golden Corral heater? Do you see a ghost over by the chocolate fountain?"
Man, I see some people with air tanks by the chocolate fountain.
Oh God.
1 foot in the door.
Bruce
Air
Banner
tanks and walkers.
got laid at a graveyard. Okay, nice. You and what's his name? MacGruber have
Dirty.
something. Now, remember MacGruber? You guys ever watched the movie MacGruber? He's Mm-hmm. So Bruce Banner is like MacGruber. MacGruber. It's
So you're keeping your safe distance from places, is what you're saying.
yeah. But anyway,
Nah,
before we get out of
they
here,
wouldn't-
everybody, I do have these. I've had them. It's not like this is new. I just never worn it. This is a Game Time Brian hoodie. It's got a big ghost on it. It's kind of cool, you know. We got this one. I know Loyal's got the big pumpkin, right, Loyal?
Yep.
You got the big one. I know I made one a little while ago, a big pumpkin hoodie. It's pumpkin.
I got that on right now.
Oh, there you go. I have T-shirts and
there it
hoodies.
is.
There you
One
go.
thing real quick. There
I
is
still
one
got-
place I probably wouldn't go off into, and that's the catacombs in Paris, France. Holy shit, that place looks freaky.
Yeah. Well, I think if we had enough whiskey, we would, but it would be.
Yeah, maybe.
I would need, or a beer or whatever, but I would need.
I want to go to Death Valley in California.
There's a lot of places. Again, if whoever's going to Vegas, when you fly into Vegas, you fly over the Grand Canyon. I took a helicopter flight one time years ago when I was going to Vegas for a pool tournament. We got into a helicopter and we landed in the Grand Canyon and we had lunch. But I was just imagining being in the Grand Canyon, like me, even if you're with one other person in the middle of the night, just dropped in. You want to talk about scary and feeling all alone? Just get dropped into the Grand Canyon.
My wife and mother-in-law, they went and got one of those planes, one of those old school planes.
Not enough money, random.
And they said,
no, thank you.
Up to the top, it was cold. It was like,
Yeah,
it was
well,
freezing cold.
again, it's real incredible. I mean, it's unbelievable. Just like when you go to, like you're talking about, Hallie was talking about thunderstorms and lightning and energy. We were talking about all that stuff. If you go to the Hoover Dam, it's the biggest man-made
structure.
Yeah, basically, and it's unbelievable. And I go back to Superman movie when they used the Hoover Dam. Going back to, I was big into video games, so I love the movie GoldenEye. And
classic.
Yeah, but they
I
kind of
love that movie.
it. Yeah, they based it off of the Hoover Dam. It was kind of neat, but just overwhelming.
What was that?
Do you think they let me start a channel playing with the Ouija board, or they ban it?
No,
Bobby,
There's
don't do it,
probably
Bobby. Don't do
I
it.
wouldn't do it.
Don't do it. You're opening a door that she might not be able to close.
You're opening a portal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because my parents played with it with my aunt and uncle, and I don't know what my dad and uncle did. They were drinking at the time, but they made it mad. It wouldn't work for them anymore.
So my auntie, rest her soul. My auntie, rest her soul. She was a white witch, and she always said, "Do not touch that damn Ouija board."
Well, it's like, speaking of witches,
They're dangerous.
when I was a kid over in Vineland, New Jersey, basically were what's his name? The Kansas City running back. I know where he lives.
Pacheco.
Isaiah Pacheco. Figure Vineland's right next to Millville, where Mike Trout just is building a a monstrosity of a house right now. And so just about built now, about 30 minutes from me. We, as a kid, if you thought about it, you would drive by. It was over by the UPS. That's all I remember as a kid. We would go out to dinner in Vineland. There was a place called, what the hell was Neptune's. It was called Neptune's.
Mhm.
It was a restaurant. And we would come home and we would go by, and they say, okay, do you guys want to go by the witch's house? She knows that you're talking about her. And you would go by the house, and the light would flicker on and off.
Wow.
So I said, yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. My mom's like, Brian, I'm telling you. And we're talking about it. We'll drive by. Don't you know, we drove by, that damn light was flickering on and off. I'm like,
couldn't
what
believe it.
the frig is going on? I'm like, Mom, why would you do that to me? Unless it was some elaborate joke. That's what it was. Just like Jimbo, there was on Weymouth Road, brother, the monks. We were in high school and we went down here. It was like a one road in and a one road out. The road in, you went around a circle, but they had it like freaked us out. We were all in the back of a pickup truck. I was like a senior in high school when we were driving, and there was upside down, like crosses in the ground, but it was a big plantation, but you had to go in, and we sped around, and all the lights come on. These monks start running out at you. Friggin' nuts. Friggin' nuts.
It was like, hey, game time. Back in the day, over here in Jersey, up in central Jersey, the
Little
Watchtown
monks.
Mountains. The Watchtown Mountains, supposedly where devil worshiping was done. We used to go there and we used to hit these speed bumps. It was the 13 bumps. Supposedly they were all graves, and there were supposedly people devil worshiping out there.
Yeah, that's nuts. Took a lot of time.
Hey, what was it? Remember, you guys went to Stuart Morrison's house to help fix his mom's house up?
Yeah.
That one time Mark Holmes was sitting there and the door opened and closed behind him.
Yeah, I think it was.
Didn't he say he got that on video or just
Yeah,
was
it's
telling
on
about
video.
it?
Yeah, I saw it.
We were all
I saw it.
freaked out. We were all freaked out. But I think what it was one of those houses where if you were in this room and you closed the door, something would. I personally,
the suction.
I think it had to do with that, and I think Mark debunked it. But it made for a good story at the time because we didn't know until as we were going through the house, we're like, "Oh snap!" You closed.
He showed it recently.
Okay, so I mean, we don't really know. Yeah, I was chased by monks, Philly D. I was chased by monks.
Hallelujah!
Like the Hangover. Remember that monk? Remember those people kept talking?
I don't know what kind of monks they were.
Monk hit them every time they talked.
Buddhist. There were Buddhist monks there, Brian.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Well, I had
Oh, I
fun
know.
tonight, everybody. I
Yeah.
had fun. Even though
Yeah,
it's
it was
something
great.
a little odd, we're losing our viewers, but we've been going for 3 hours, people. So I think
Oh, Jesus.
I think it's pretty darn impressive.
Wow, it went fast.
Damn.
You don't have any kind of personality or can't be entertained and they're stuck on football for the rest of their life.
Nah, it's all right though, Bobby. Again, we had a nice amount. Well, I have over 300 views, but it's just once a year thing. We'll switch it up, but it was pretty cool. So don't worry, next show will be normal and we'll talk our shit.
Yeah, I gotta look at my fantasy football. I can't wait. Oh my god.
I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed it.
I
So-
enjoyed it too, Brian.
Doesn't matter.
I got to at least tell my stories,
Yeah.
because I hate to tell
Again.
people get laugh at me.
No. It was kind of it was different, but that's what I wanted. That's the whole idea. Again, who really cares? What I don't feel like talking about is Eagles versus Cowboys, and
Thank you, Brian.
that's the last thing I feel like talking about right now. Honestly, we have plenty of time to talk about it.
Or Perkins
Yeah, Pickens and getting traded, and Eagles trading for Myles Garrett for 3 number
Only
ones.
Momo.
Again, it's ridiculous. But anyway,
That's,
all right, everybody.
That's entertainment, just like tonight.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, it is, and I enjoyed it. Thanks, Bobby. I appreciate you sharing your story. I appreciate it. Primetime Phil stopping in. Hallie Pierce, she's a wealth of knowledge. Loyal Cowboy, my man, will be hanging out in Vegas, and Jesse Montanez and Bobby Schmurder. So I will talk to everybody later. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Hit the like button for me on the way out, and I will talk to you later. Peace.
Love you guys.
Bye,
Later.
everybody.